Welcome back to Page Turner, a RPG show set in a fantasy fairy tale world. This is our fourth episode, and we will go ahead and jump into our intros. I am the DM, although I am not the best at it. I'm trying, cut me slack. And Brent, if you will introduce yourself.
Howdy there, folks. I am Brent. I am role-playing the character Maximilian Weber, a giant spider from the Great Forest of Norfolk, currently in a different country. My character is a budding bard but he does have the ability to shapeshift into a human form to make things easier for traveling. And he is traveling to potentially find the first story ever written.
And Zach.
I play Bartle, a notorious skirt hound and card shark who has been betrayed by his love, who he called Red, his very own Little Red Riding Hood, to his own wolf folk's big bad wolf. His singular goal in life seems to be to hunt her down and settle the score. However, he has assembled himself an adventuring party and has convinced them to go to Maleficent's castle because there might be something interesting there. And of course, Weber can go sightseeing along the way. He recently picked up a hot lead, but unfortunately for him, he's not quite sane enough to follow it up.
Yep.
Every full moon on the day before, of, and after, his feral side comes out, and it makes him all sorts of crazy.
So that will bring us into the recap. So, last game, you guys went to talk to Morrigan, the young giant spider who you had previously helped back to her home, and she told you that she did not wish to adventure with you. However, her family could use your help with more giant ants. You took your new companion, Aerith the Rose Knight, along with your previous companion, Lainey, and went to go fight these giant ants at their anthill. You realized that ants kept coming from the anthill and decided to blow it up, thus getting rid of the ant problem and getting quite a bit of coin as your payment. Not quite sure if they were that grateful or if they're like Weber and not entirely sure what money is. Either way,
all we know is that it's shiny.
Either way, you didn't question it. And then you guys had conversations with the Rose Knight, told her story as to how she became a knight. Weber told a few stories, and Bardolph started to go into the throes of the lunacy from the moon, where he almost went rampant in a field of sheep until Weber took him back to camp all webbed up. And Lainey was like, if you don't run off, I'll cuddle with you. And he's like, yes! And so she is partly wanting to, but partly not wanting to, has become Bardolph's babysitter while he is in the middle of the full moon. And the group had separated, Lainey and Bardolph off doing their thing, getting preparations for the evening they will be spending in the woods, and Maximilian in the tavern talking to the Rose Knight about various stories and their lives. And that is where we will pick back up with. We will start with Weber and the Rose Knight in the tavern.
Alright.
Your life is quite fascinating, I must admit. I don't get to hear very many stories of folks like you.
I suppose not. Very few are willing to give you a chance to speak because, well, we're generally afraid that you want to hit us with something large, heavy, and or sharp.
Yes, that is why I approached you when I did, because I knew the two of you specifically were afraid. Because most people see a knight and they're like, oh no, it's going to stab us.
Yeah, I guess I'm fortunate enough to have met a fair number of humans that are willing to give me a chance to say word one before
trying to stab you.
Yes.
Well,
though I do have to say I prefer an attempt at stabbing over fire or acid.
That would be preferable. I've had a few sorcerers and sorceresses and witches throw fireballs, and the worst ones are the ones who live in the candy houses, who all their magic is food magic. And I would rather a fireball than a molten ball of sugar. Fire you can put out, sugar you can't very easily get off of you, and it still burns.
Yeah, that would pose a problem. Especially since if it managed to slip in between those armor plates.
Ugh.
Ugh.
She just shudders. Right. You think it's the best of ideas to leave the two of them alone? Do you think that she could, if he does go nuts, she could defend herself?
Well, she's an alchemist, so she probably has a few, probably, powders or some sort. I made a
You
rather
suggesting
odd
she slip him some form of sleeping agent?
Well, that's a possibility, though. I did meet an odd vagabond who said that she always carried a desiccated form of pepper to blow into people's eyes. Said it burned in their eyes and nostrils and blinded them.
Perhaps someone should tell her about it. It is getting towards dusk. Is there any? Don't know. I think I am running low on stories, or not had enough alcohol in my system, one of the two. What do you think?
Drink always makes stories a lot better.
That they do. And we will shift over to Bardolph and Laney, who it's getting towards dusk as you're running around trying to get the ingredients for your evening. Not so fast, you're starting to run me ragged.
Well, I mean, we can't possibly have good romantic evening together without the best kind of meal. And that is lamb freshly prepared.
You're still under the... I'll talk to you about that when we fucking get into the woods. Because you were completely under the wrong impression. But okay.
Yes. Talk is one thing, walk another. Anyways. Okay. Herb shop.
I know.
Hello there!
Hello?
Where's the closest herb shop? Huh?
Right over there. At least I have you to follow behind me, little buddy. I know you're having trouble keeping up with him, too. Okay, did you get the stuff from the herb shop?
There's so much to sniff in here.
You are.
What is that? People eat this?
It's, the shop owner goes, it's ginger root. People do eat it. They usually grate it and put it into things. It's a little rarer in this area, but it's more commonly grown in Agrabah.
Uh-huh. He takes some of that. You have rosemary? You better have rosemary.
We do. We are running out. It seems as if people are getting it by the dozen.
Is that so?
Yes, I'm not quite sure, but it could be the harvest feast coming up in a week's time.
Well, I've got an entire lamb to prepare. So give me.
You're given, with all of your ingredients, 4 coppers worth of,
Okay, pay him a silver. Say, don't spend it all in one place. And then he walks back out the door and nearly tramples over Laney.
Oh, you are ridiculous. What is there?
Hello, beautiful. Glad to see you're still tagging along. Let's go. Come on.
I'm gonna forget you just said that. Because everything you say to me within the next 3 days is something that I know you don't mean.
Can I lead the sheep?
What?
Can I lead the lamb? Can I, huh?
Yes. Don't eat
Don't
it.
want you to get too attached considering
Yeah, I know.
the only thing that you can name him is dinner. Come on, dinner. Let's go.
You are ridiculous. You really are.
You hear that, dinner? She's trying to mock me. Trying to get under my skin. That's not going to work. You and I, we know better.
So this happens to you every month?
Yeah, pretty much. Uh-huh. My God, I'm starving. We need to hurry.
We're going as fast as we can. We'll get about 20 minutes outside of town. How's that sound?
It sounds like 20 minutes and then it'll be dark. I have to prepare dinner.
Okay,
he gestures
fine.
to the sheep.
10 minutes. I just don't want you too close to town. Just in case.
Jester. Yeah, I still have my butcher set in there. Okay, good. I'll need it later.
Yeah,
He looks down. He looks down at the sheep. Don't you be looking at me like that. You know what's coming.
You guys get 10 minutes or so outside of town. So I guess we set up camp.
Yeah. You get the firewood. I will prepare dinner.
Right.
Chester, it's dinner time.
He's just like happy. His mouth opens wide and he's just the tongue sticking out of the side of his chest mouth. Yeah,
Grab everything that I need out of it.
and she quickly walks away. Yep, because I don't want to be around when you do what you have to do with that.
He's just kind of like he looks real sheepish, pun intended. Waits for her to leave and proceeds to you know prepare dinner from a live animal.
Which is always a fun thing to do. Sarcasm completely noted there. But yeah, she comes back a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes later, with firewood. So, what I was going to talk about is you were completely mistaken as to what.
Shut up.
No.
I'm concentrating, he says as he sprinkles the herbs on the back.
No, this needs to be said so you don't think that
Perfect.
us being in the woods together is not meant to be some romantic thing.
Oh, please. There'll be a clear sky. There'll be twinkling stars of 1,000 worlds far away.
The reason I
Just wishing they could be as lucky as us.
The reason I suggested the woods is for your protection. I think someone, Weber or Aerith, was like, are you trying to protect people from him? No, I'm trying to protect you from people. You asked me to keep you from doing stupid things, so I figured the woods would be the best place to do it.
You call that firewood? What's wrong with you? We have a whole dinner to cook.
Fine, I'll go get...
He rushes off into the woods.
Oh my god, he's insufferable.
Okay, he comes back, sets up a nice big fire,
Look,
begins getting the various hunks of meat and seasoning and such on a skewer that he is going to rotisserie style.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Bardolph, because apparently, according to both you and Weber, I'm easy to read, even with things I'm not willing to admit with my fucking self. There is part of me that is interested in you, and I'd be lying and saying if I didn't. But I'm not willing to act on it. And my reason is because I don't want someone I'm only going to have for a night, and you don't want me as anything more than another notch on your belt, and that's not what I'm willing to be.
I don't have notches on my belt.
You know what I mean. I'm not just going to be another one of the girls that you sleep with, and then that's it.
He looks at her. Just like, how dumb are you? Is pretty much being broadcast through the air at a near tangible rate.
What? What does that look for?
You know, lady, denying your most basic desires is not healthy for you.
Yeah.
Causes all sorts of mental problems.
And even if I was to pretend for a moment that you wanted me for more than an evening, you don't want me. You want what I remind you of.
But oh, Vivian. Yeah, that girl.
So,
you know, she pulled my ass out of a couple of bad situations, but I kept her out of more danger than she ever saw. She never even knew it. And then I get hit by this walking pile of rocks. That's the last thing I remember. And I wake up cold, shivering, kind of dead, but not completely. She's gone, and she took all the shiny.
Yeah. You know I'm not her, right? And I never will be.
Well, that sounds like a good thing to me.
'Cause I would never have done that.
Never say never.
No.
Never say never. You don't even know what you're capable of. Nobody does.
But the point I'm trying to make is this is...
I wouldn't even know that I was capable of doing it. I lose my mind and more or less go completely bonkers. But in a good way. It's a good way. It's a good thing. It's, it keeps the balance. Things, all the fluids are at the right level.
And like I said, everything you say to me in these next 3 days I'm going to disregard as things you don't mean.
He just growls a little bit.
Don't growl at me. Because now
I'm not growling at you.
Cause
Okay, I'm growling at you, but only because you're being stupid.
how am I being stupid? I'm being the smart one of the two of us. Because tell me you wouldn't regret it when you're not sane.
I wouldn't regret it.
You would.
Not a bit. Not for a moment.
And you know what? The reason
Not until you left me for dead.
The reason I say I'm not going to believe what you say is because now that I think about it, I believe it was right after the full moon that Archon left my sister. During the full moon, he proposed to her. And right after, he left with no warning. So you don't mean what you say.
Well, maybe he just went out for a little, hunting slack. And then stepped in bear trap.
No,
died miserably,
he left a
that
note.
happens to us a lot.
He left a note saying that he made a mistake and he couldn't stay.
Well, not everybody's cut out for this. You've got to be exceptionally lucky to live as a folk longer. He continues to, slowly rotate dinner. Dinner. I knew you well.
You're still ridiculous. And now that I'm done lecturing you, it smells really good.
Yep. Oh boy.
What?
Look at that moon.
It is pretty.
Gorgeous.
Most
beautiful thing. Frickin' gorgeous. Most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life.
It is. She's just looking up at the moon. Oh, you're not... Okay.
Huh? What?
I thought you were trying to do the cheesy thing that I've read in books.
Yeah, you should read better books. I've got way better moves than that.
I'd hope so, because that's pretty bad.
Yeah. You should read the Big Bag of Wolf's playbook. It's something else.
Really now?
Yep.
You'll have to fill me in on that at some point.
Well, I mean, I could, but you wouldn't like it.
Probably not. Is food almost done?
No, damn it! I've only been cranking this spit for like a minute. I mean, I don't mind exceptionally rare, but I think you might.
Yeah. Let me set up the tent.
You do that. He stares up at the moon again.
Yeah, you gonna be okay?
I can feel it.
Yeah, just don't do anything stupid on me, okay?
I can feel it calling.
Hey?
He looks at her. In the air tonight. And his eyes are like yellow.
Hey, snap out of it.
I'm trying, Red.
What?
I'm really trying. He's like, there's veins popping out of his neck and head.
What do you need me to do? Oh, no. Not that.
He's like, you could crank the spit. Well, I look for some mushrooms that would go quite well for garnishment. He leaves the spit and starts walking off into the woods.
Do you know the difference?
In the direction of town.
No. Bardoff, get back here.
Right, mushrooms the other way. Walks the other way.
She grabs his hand.
He twists his wrist out of her hand, grabs her wrist, pulls her in close, and gets just nose to nose, eyes to eye, holds her there
What are you
for
doing?
about 4 or 5 heartbeats.
Damn it.
She can feel his heart about pounding out of his chest because full moon, and he at this point can feel the heat from her,
Hey,
smell her scent
stop it.
perfectly.
Please.
He can feel her pulse in her wrist. He lets go.
Thank you.
I'll be back. Dinner's burning. He points.
Fine, I'll turn the spit.
Good lass.
She just mumbles to herself, this is going to be really difficult.
So he's gonna go AWOL.
Of course he is.
He walks off into the woods and is like, finally. Okay. And he, just throws his clothes on the nearest tree and proceeds to shift into his, I don't know, more natural form, I guess might be the right way to say it.
Yeah, his wolf form.
Yeah. He's gonna go nuts like he did the night before, but he's gonna have to kill something.
Okay.
Something must die.
Roll a
There has to, he is craving the metallic taste of Nat 1 blood.
a D6, but okay.
Yeah, it was a D6. It was Nat 1.
Okay. He searches for 10 plus minutes, sniffing. If he's looking for
Sniffing, tracking.
if he's looking for something, roll a survival check for me.
90% sure I know what this is. Yes. Okay. Modified 10.
Okay. There's a couple of tracks. A deer, a bear, and of course those of like rabbits and stuff.
Rabbits. As if they were a challenge. Yeah, deers are nice. They run really fast, though. Bears are mean. I could fight a bear. I'm done. Bears are dangerous. But bears are dangerous. So he's actually muttering all of this out loud as he thinks about it. Decides that he's going to follow the deer tracks.
Okay.
Sneakily.
Roll a stealth check.
Can I substitute survival since I'm in wolf mode?
Yeah.
Woo! 7.
Okay. You managed with it would have a negative. You would have -1, but it would still pass. You see a deer, a really big deer, a male deer drinking from a small tiny stream.
So he's salivating as he creeps forward on all fours.
If he's gonna attack, roll to attack.
He uses a key point to use dash to get definitely within range before the deer has a chance to react.
Okay.
And he should get us a what? Surprise round? Surprise round, please?
Yep.
Please?
That you do.
Okay. Teeth and claws, nat 10. Sweet!
Damn.
That puts me at a 13.
Roll it and double it.
Shit, don't I get to double it twice? Or triple it, rather.
Yeah, because you
Because it's over 12.
Yeah. You probably
Alright,
have
so
killed this deer.
It's 9 points of damage.
Damn. Go for the claw. You have sunk you said you were doing 2.
I said tooth and claw, yeah.
Okay. You have it.
Is it dead?
You have it in your mouth.
Okay. So before it can figure out what the fuck's going on and try to trample me to death, just jerk my head to the side, lifting its front feet off the air, and just dig my claws into its forelimbs so it can't slash at me with those sharp hooves of its, and pin it to the ground and proceed to rip its throat out.
Okay. Roll the hit. Huh?
Ooh. Fate point.
Okay.
Fate point reroll.
Did you roll a nat 1?
No, I rolled a 3, but
Oh.
it's not a roll to hit. It's not a hit.
Well, I mean,
so
you would also have a +1 because you have it pinned.
Oh, good point. So I got a 9 then.
Okay. then yeah, you manage to claw at it and then get it down onto the ground and rip its throat out.
He can't help it. He doesn't even remember consciously thinking about how he's going to attack this deer.
Yeah.
He just was like the human part of his mind was all in for the thrill of the tracking and the hunting, but it wasn't even really necessarily like the kind of when people say I'm hungry, they typically are just responding to low blood sugar. When he says he's hungry, he means he has a need that is deep, a very deep need that is like as deep as breathing, and so he doesn't remember howling at the top of his lungs after making his kill.
After he, eats the deer a bit, in the distance, probably about a few minutes walk, with his sensitive ears and how sensitive his hearing is right now, he hears, "Damn it! Get back here! Where the fuck have you gone? Bardolph!"
He growls a bit. His animal nature and his human nature at war. His animal nature is like food, and his human nature is like don't eat civilians, don't do it, don't do it, Bardolph. But his animal nature is, after all, more in control, and so he is going to attempt to sneak up on Lainey.
Oh, oh goodness! Roll a stealth with a -2.
Modified 9. Oh, 7. Just 7.
Yeah, she's like, if you get back here, I don't know, food's almost done. Please get back here. I'm worried about you, you idiot.
So, obviously he's suffering from lunacy.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a fate point to counter compel the lunacy.
Because I was about to compel it.
Bardolph.
I was legit this
there
close
we go.
to compel it, yeah.
So yeah, Bardolph actually makes a resurgence of self as he has crept up with it just outside of grabbing distance. He stands up on 2 legs and
Fuck, you scared me.
he wipes the blood off of his muzzle.
What the
Hi.
What in Wonderland did you do?
I think it was a deer.
Okay. I'm glad you're okay. She actually hugs him. I was worried
He's pretty
about
surprised.
I was worried.
He tries to hug her back without getting his bloody mitts all over her.
I was worried for a second, you idiot, and then she pushes him off of him. The food's done. I had to keep Chester from trying to eat it.
I'm gonna find some clothes.
Yeah.
And get comfortable. He walks off, and as he, walks conveniently off screen, exit stage left, he starts shifting.
Okay.
I know I left it here somewhere.
Yeah, it takes you a minute, but you do find your clothes. Basically, like, you thought you threw them in one direction, but, like, your shirt's hanging on, like, a high branch, and your pants are, like, on the ground, and your shoes are, like, in 2 completely different places.
He sighs. Typical wolf. So he retrieves his clothes and gets a towel and a canteen from Chester and wipes the blood off of him as best he can, and goes back. And he's still hungry, so he'll probably eat 3/4 of the entire lamb by himself.
Yeah, she's sitting there eating a lot more, not as viciously as he is probably destroying the food. You really do have atrocious table manners.
He moans in pleasure as he plucks out a rib.
Am I going to have to watch you like a hawk for the next 2 days? Huh?
One more night, Lainey.
Okay.
One more.
What? I was worried about you, you idiot. You ran off on your own, and then you were gone for 30 freaking minutes. And then I heard you
I spent
howling
most
like,
of my life. Red.
huh?
I spent most of my life alone, Red.
I know. But I was worried. Look, you told me to look after you, okay? And that's what I'm trying to do. What was it you said? Adventurers look out for one another.
Like a pack.
Yeah.
Almost. Exactly.
Glad you
He
found
says,
me.
but you can't smother me.
Fine. Just,
Give a guy some fucking room, man. Gotta breathe.
I'm just doing what you asked me
Takes a
to.
deep breath and looks at the moon.
Just doing what you asked me to.
Uh-huh.
What?
He's like you're not taking some sick sadistic pleasure in keeping me cooped up here.
I'm not. Personally, every time I'm close to you, especially when you're like, never mind. Doesn't matter.
He sniffs a little bit, not realizing that, in human form, his primary sense is sight.
Yeah.
But, but like any animal who relies strongly upon a sense of smell, anytime they just want more information, they start sniffing. Rats, dogs,
Don't
cats, even
sniff me, it's
sometimes.
weird.
No, he doesn't sniff her. He just
Oh.
is sniffing there by him.
Glad you found me when you did. I was about to fucking yell out something really stupid to get you to come back.
He says, and then finishes off. A mutton chop. What was that? He says, half swallowing, half talking, while he throws the bone into the fire.
I don't even know if I should tell you.
I think you wanted it. He dumps his plate of bones into the fire and throws the plate at Chester, and walks over and sits next to her. His eyes are still fucking reflective yellow as hell, but
That
at least
is...
he doesn't look. At least he doesn't look like he's having a migraine. He leans in and he says, "I think you really want. I think you can barely." He says, leaning in a little farther.
Stop. I do. But I'm not going to give in to my urges, because...
He stands up and stomps off into the woods.
Get... Bardolph, get back here.
Why? What's the point? We go through all this work. We buy a sheep. We
She grabs
search
him
the
by the
entire town.
wrist.
He basically ignores her and continues
And
ranting. Search the entire town for the right spices.
Tries to spin him around.
She's gonna have to roll attack on that.
Okay.
But since he's not fighting back, much. Like he wouldn't let himself get pushed over. So I'd say only -1.
Yeah. Which is cool, because that's still a 8.
Okay, so she's what?
She spins him around to face her.
He just like stops talking, just like the air just wheezes out of his lungs. And he sits there taking deep, slow breaths, like one would do whenever they're trying not to fly off the handle. In all sorts of situations. This is a helpful technique for those of you listening along at home.
I am going to regret every one of my decisions. And she just kisses him.
Okay, so let's fade to black already.
Yeah. We'll go back to the tavern where the spider and the rose knight are.
Alright.
And she's a few drinks in.
Mm-hmm.
There was this one time that I had to go and fight this wizard. It was ridiculous. He kept dancing furniture, and not like the ones that are alive, like in the story of Beauty and the Beast, but like he just animated them for no reason.
That sounds oddly suitable for a human, actually. Seems something strange enough that they would do. I swear you're trying to get me drunk.
I'm not.
Still, I have enjoyed listening to your stories.
Well, I'm glad. It's always nice to have someone to talk to about things. Someone who's actually interested in my stories. Instead of, Aerith, we've heard that 10 times, And it wasn't interesting the first time.
Oh, poor Harris.
Well, I know my grandchildren would love those stories.
Well, at least someone would enjoy them.
Fortunately, though, you're making me reminiscent, and with all the good comes some of the bad.
Yeah, sometimes you try to think of all the good memories, but there are those bad ones that creep up. I think we all have those.
Yes, I suppose we do.
But let's not dwell on the negative. It's not.
Spiders live a long time. I've seen 80 human years, and I have at least 200 more to go.
And here I thought you were on death's door.
While living as a human, yeah.
Oh.
Especially since, yeah, I could live longer if I chose to live more along the lines of a spider.
Oh, that's... I didn't think that your human body aged differently. I wonder if wolf folks do the same. Because I think they
Can
do.
I meta here for just a second? Brent, is this here's let me pause the hypothesis here, Brent. Is basically he's saying like spiders age in relation to how much energy they exert, not
Pretty much.
necessarily to time. So like if a spider were to hibernate, it would basically quit aging. But if a spider, say, is doing a lot of fighting and shapeshifting and traveling, they're going to age at an accelerated rate.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like the whole Zen monk thing. The more you reach enlightenment, the slower you age.
So backwards.
Yeah.
That is an interesting thing to learn. I'm learning all sorts of new things in traveling with this group.
Yes. And I'll have plenty of thoughts of one more day to live with something I regret. But I have no choice but to at least try to fulfill that dream, no matter how far out of reach it is.
It's always best to have goals, even if they seem a bit lost, as long as you know your limits and have an idea of what you need to go after. I don't see why. I was always told that I would never be a knight. I was a woman and a commoner, something that doesn't mesh well with knightlyhood, that I would never accomplish my dreams. But here I am now.
Yes, and I can actually say that, from what I can see of you, I'm actually seeing a good story in the making.
Thank you.
You may not be the most famous knight for things like slaying dragons or facing giants, but you do become famous for will be actually dwarfed by the fact that you are famous for being a genuine figure, as opposed to those knights that have all these great stories about them that simply do it for glory or personal satisfaction to stroke their own egos.
And most of them are highly embellished.
Well, if you got a good story, you can't help but embellish it a little bit.
I have traveled with knights who come back and tell their great glorious story, and I'm like, but you left out the part where you fell on your ass, nearly got your head chopped off, and I took the kill, you asshole.
Yes. I can tell that you're going to be a very good example of someone who exemplifies justice.
Try. It's the reason I wanted to specifically be a rose knight, not just a regular knight. I didn't even care for the land or the coin. I wanted to be a force for good.
And that is the single thread that will actually reveal the pattern of your story. And that single thread is going to inspire many more.
Well, here's hope, and hoping that Maleficent's castle isn't anything too ominous.
I almost forgot that was on the horizon.
It is. It'll be interesting, and hopefully the rumblings aren't true, and that what I'd heard is that the castle had started to spring to life, so to speak, as if it had maybe gotten a new tenant, or the old one has somehow come back.
I can see why that would be a problem for you.
Honestly, I wouldn't surprise me if Norfolk have sent many a knight there. It's their story that Maleficent started, and if anything, it would be their descendants But it being technically in our borders, I was sent to look for it.
If
So.
someone has taken up residence and is following the line of Maleficent, I can guarantee you that there's going to be a lot of spiders willing to work for them.
And there will be who knows what chaos they could cause if they had the magic to make things work again.
All that potential trouble, and here you are stuck with one of the few people willing to help you, an old foolish spider.
And a insane wolf folk and a red who seems to be a bit over her head.
I suppose there is something to enjoy about being young and stupid.
I try not to do the stupid part. The young, yes, but...
Well, the potential for foolishness doesn't end wherever you get older, unfortunately.
I would imagine you were a prime example of that. Old-timer.
Well, despite the foolishness, I have tried to set a good example for my children, and for all the justice that your stories have shown me that can still exist in this world, there isn't nearly enough of it, sadly.
Well, hopefully, I will see your home at some point. Hopefully you make it through this journey and I don't have to make it.
Hopefully.
But either way, even if you were alive or not, I would still like to see it. I have never actually been into Norfolk. It would be an interesting vacation, as it were.
So they actually allow knights to have vacations? That's a surprise.
Somewhat. I mean, we can take time off of our duties if we wish.
Truth be told, I wish there was a son of mine that I wish you could have had a chance to meet.
What? Say that again?
There's a son of mine that I wish you'd had the chance to meet.
Oh?
So you have gotten along quite nicely.
Did something happen to him?
Yes. Brave little fool, and all he wanted was to prove that eventually that spiders could be as noble as anyone like you. But there was a territorial conflict. A very old spider queen, I think she was close to 350 years old.
That is an old bird.
Yes. She sent one of her generals to attack us, and there were so many of them that even I had to fight. Unbutton the top 3 buttons of the shirt and expose the right shoulder pretty close to the throat with a very nasty and deep gouge wound.
Ah, that looks like it was very painful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the general of their army, he was a much better fighter than I was.
And your
I lucked out and he only got one mandible buried in my body.
And I take it your son didn't make it out of that battle.
No. He saw me take that hit and he charged in and took the general head on.
Noble.
It took the general and 2 of his soldiers to actually kill him. However, all 3 died fighting my son.
It was a noble and honorable death.
Yeah.
Sad to say, because no parent ever wants to bury their child. But I'm sure it is a death that he would have wanted. If you say
quite a few years back, he said that his dream was to fulfill the dream that I'm on now, as well as becoming a knight, not just of Norfolk, but of the entire world. Just to prove that honor and justice wasn't a strictly human thing.
That is a very noble cause. I can remember something like that as a kid, wanting to prove desperately that someone of my status, and a woman no less, could just as easily become a knight and be noble as the men. So I mirror that sentiment.
Yeah, he spent over 10 years training for it. Whenever he made the announcement to everyone that he was going to do that, he was the equivalent of 14 human years of age. And he did that after confronting not just me, but the entire ruling council of our enclave about some of our practices.
Well, he seemed like a good kid.
Yeah.
It is
Best
sad
job I ever did in raising a child.
It is sad that the world was deprived of him.
Yes, that it is.
I no doubt that you will carry on his legacy.
I've already screwed up too much to carry on any noble legacy, really.
I don't think so.
To be honest, that legacy, he decided to do that because he learned of our mistakes.
Everyone
You see,
makes mistakes.
well, ours was a permanent practice of the Enclave. Apparently, one of the children of the other council members learned of the executions we carried out on the humans and other sentient folk that wanted to harm our Enclave. You see,
Well,
we'd always taught them that for a spider, the natural consumption of other sentient beings was evil, something never to be done. But they learned that for the executions of those that we captured that wouldn't listen to reason at all, whether we asked them to leave and never return, or simply just all they wanted was to commit violence and destroy us simply because we were there and we were a community. And so our executions is that, much to my shame, we fed on them.
ah,
And for us, it was as much a matter of survival as punishment for those that we consumed.
I could see that.
We don't require much food for our easier way of living, but
Executions happen even in human societies. I mean, we don't eat those that we execute, but
yes,
I'd say
whenever he confronted us, he demanded to know why we would do something so monstrous. And we told him it's because all of us had resolved to be the first and last generation of monsters that lived in the area.
I think that you are doing very well at making up for the things that you feel guilty for. I do feel as if, I'm not going to lie that it weirds me out a little bit, that you have eaten people and that you have a vast array of knowledge of the various tastes of sentient beings. However, most of what you've done sounds as if you have done it in self-defense or in defense of your home, and that is not... It is not like you are a mindless monster that kills indiscriminately for no reason.
Well, I suppose that's because that's where monsters differ from beasts. Monsters have the ability to choose. It's just that they choose to act on their more violent tendencies. And more often than not, they enjoy it.
And you do not.
To be honest, I am apathetic towards the idea, which is...
Well,
it's
you
odd to say,
haven't.
given how uncomfortable I am with it, but it's the fact that I have no feeling to it that makes me uncomfortable.
I think you do. I just think you aren't willing to admit it. We wouldn't have had this long waxing conversation about how you regret your decisions if you didn't feel as if it was wrong. You wouldn't have the regret or guilt if you didn't think that it was wrong.
At that moment, you guys probably realize that the bar is deserted.
Yeah, we should probably head off to bed.
I suppose so, before I make an even bigger fool of myself.
Good night.
Good night, Aerith. Just kind of, without meaning to, at least I didn't try to talk you out of that pauldron as I walked past.
You would have... I don't think you could have the possibility of doing that.
Didn't say I want the rest of it. Good night, Aerith.
Everyone, finds themselves to sleep. Others making probably far worse decisions than some.
Sleep? What's sleep? Bardolph isn't sleeping.
That's true. Him and Laney were probably not sleeping.
I mean, even if Laney was sleeping, he wouldn't be sleeping. I mean, it's the full moon. It's
Yeah.
like only happens like once a month. He's got to stay up all night and watch it.
If he stays up all night, okay. Everyone wakes into the morning. What the fuck? She just looks over at Bardolph. I fucked up real hard.
Hey, Red.
Hey.
He says, obviously been awake all night. Just still sitting there. Got his clothes back on.
She doesn't.
Well, she's in the tent.
Yeah. I fucked up.
He's sitting
outside
the tent.
I fucked up. She comes out with very basic clothes on. Morning.
He rolls his neck and it pops like firecrackers. Morning.
Have you been up all night?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I didn't even feel you leave the tent.
You were pretty worn out. Ugh. Breakfast is cooking, he says,
Thank you.
gesturing to the cast iron skillet that has some venison sizzling away in it. He picks up the stick that he's been using to beat Chester off of the breakfast with and smacks him again.
You'd think, even though he doesn't eat food, he wouldn't go after the food.
I don't understand this construct, I'm not gonna lie. He is pretty entertaining, though.
Yeah, he's adorable. Kind of like his owner.
I prefer ruggedly handsome and charming.
I mean, those two. But do you remember everything once you go back from being this?
Calm, collected, and handsome, he says, staring at the fire.
Yeah, calm and collective, not exactly what I would use, but...
Yeah, his eyes flash yellow a little bit.
No, I meant once the full moon's over with.
Most of it. Sometimes wolfy things happen, and when wolfy things happen, pretty difficult to remember.
So you're gonna remember all of this, aren't you?
Yep. He says, just with a really smug look on his face.
Look, I'm not even gonna... I need food and possibly copious amounts of alcohol.
I mean, alcohol first thing in the morning is a little early, ain't it? Have coffee.
Yeah, that'll work.
So he smacks Chester back again, proceeds to flip the venison slabs over, put the percolator on, and, just enjoying the mist in the woods and the sunlight coming through it. And
Can't even have a intelligent conversation with you about this while you're like this, can I?
Intelligent? You trying to hurt my feelings there, Red?
No,
Huh?
intelligence not the word I'm looking for. Like, you're an honest conversation.
Oh, I'm honest. Maybe never more honest than on a full moon.
Okay, I'm going...
Other people, they miss out. Wolf folk, we're our true selves on the full moon.
I'm assuming that was one-time thing. She kind of has this... looks down at the ground with, like, this really sad look on her face.
He walks over and just, like, takes a finger, puts it under her chin, and tilts her head up to him. He's like, don't think I'm letting you off that easy. And he kisses her again. And he starts getting pretty frisky, but he really hopes that she pushes him off of her.
Hey, not first thing in the morning.
Right. It's burning.
Yeah, food.
He's like, Chester plates! Catches him midair.
You're not gonna change your mind after this, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He says, wolf folk are not like cat folk. Are there cat folk? I sure hope not.
There are cat folk.
Oh, God. There are cat folk. I've never met one.
They're from Wonderland.
Well, cats are capricious.
And well, there's also other cat folk that aren't from Wonderland, but those typically wear boots.
I must find
a cat.
Now, what I was trying to say.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for interrupting. I lost my thought a little bit.
You were saying catfolk?
Wolves are loyal, not like easy catfolk. They're capricious and, self-centered.
Well, you know why I asked. So.
Not all wolves are loyal.
Exactly.
But, more often than not, he says, and he pushes his shock of white streaked black hair kind of like back into something that more resembles combed. And then he proceeds to just like scratch at the side of it irritatedly for a bit, and that side fluffs out and just leaves it there.
Your hair not cooperating with you.
Huh? Maybe. He self-consciously starts like trying to push his hair back with both hands.
She runs her hand through his hair. It's not bad.
He leans into her hands, and it's kind of like lets out a dog-like whimper of please more.
You just pets the side of his cheek. Please don't make me regret this.
I mean, I'm not psychic, but I'm pretty sure that, I'm quite the catch. Okay.
That's you.
All joking aside, here's your food.
Thank
Here's
you.
your coffee.
Thank you.
No, that was my coffee. Chester, give it back.
He just sort of and sticks his tongue out with it on the edge of his tongue.
Good, Chester.
Are we going back into town, I'm assuming? After food?
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got to get dressed, and we've got to break camp, and so why is there blood in my nails again?
I don't know. You were in the woods and something about a deer.
Oh, okay. At least it was just a deer.
Yeah, I was worried. That's why I was looking for you. I was worried, you'd either done something stupid or someone had found you and...
Unlike Weber, I don't eat people.
Yeah, that's... Well, no, I was worried someone hurt you. I'm not worried... Like I said, I didn't come out here to protect people from you. I came out here to protect you from people.
Oh, shucks. I don't know what to say, Red. Really don't. It just begins cleaning up camp.
Okay, and then we'll go back to the tavern. As you wake up.
Just kind of subconsciously touch that old scar on just off to the right of my neck.
With your spattered egg.
Yep.
Good morning!
Morning, Jeffrey. How are things out there in the tavern?
Well, there's lots of flies. And that's good.
I suppose for you little ones it is.
Yeah.
I probably ought to shift into a more agreeable form.
Yeah, I can't do that. I wonder what a tiny little... I'd look like a fairy. I'd be tiny.
I don't know which humans dislike more, little fairies or little spiders.
Fairies are buttholes.
It's funny because it's true.
You shift into human form and walk down into the tavern. And shortly after you comes Aerith, who's not in her armor.
Mm-hmm. Weber's just going to be sitting there staring blank-faced at the surface of a table.
Deep in thought there.
Oh, sorry. Zoned out a little bit.
It's all right. Should
Sleep
we...
didn't come all that easy last night.
I would imagine we left on a rather sour note, I suppose.
Yeah, it's one of the few nightmares I have.
I understand. Perhaps, should we go looking for our comrades, or do you think that they will come back?
At the very least, one of them will come back. Whether it's Bardolph or Laney, not sure, but...
I'd rather not think of the idea of the young lass not coming back, because that would imply things I don't want to think about. I'd hate to have to put him down.
Yes, it would be a shame, especially since he's potentially very useful to my search for the first story.
Or perhaps they'll come back refreshed and over what sort of tension they have between the two of them. Who knows?
Knowing Bardolph, he'll probably be both of them, having settled whatever they got going.
Hopefully. And about that time, the two of them, if you're going back to the tavern.
Bardolph comes, strolling in with his typical rolling, loping kind of gait. Looking kind of rough because he did just, stay up all night. But he looks no less energetic and enthusiastic about life.
Lady coming behind him with Chester, she does have this slight smile on her face, and not as annoyed or with a look of ugh on her face like she had the day before.
Just look at Aerith. Should have made a bet on that.
I feel like we might have. I I don't know which one of us would have... I think I would have made quite a bit of coin on that.
All right.
The two of you get to... you watch as the two of them go to your table.
Just pointedly hand Aerith 3 gold coins.
Thank you.
Ha! Did I win?
You
Of course I won.
You had... Am I that easy to read?
Yes.
No. Yes.
I'm more disappointed in myself for not recognizing the pattern and seeing that this was coming.
It almost didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about it. Gentleman does not kiss and tell.
And since when have you been a gentleman?
This shows what you know.
Well, he better be now that he's mine.
I think he needs some more house training.
At that, he just like irritatedly scratches at the side of his head, like scratch, 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 scratch. I'm not sure I like the way this conversation's going.
Oh, calm down. Well, hopefully you two have worked out whatever problems you had.
The only problems we had was that she decided to hate me because she's racist.
I didn't hate you. A lot of it was me trying not to give in the fact that I found you incredibly attractive. Because I didn't want to repeat my sister's mistakes.
You and pretty much every other woman with a pulse.
I honestly think you might be mistaken on that one, dear Bottle.
He just gives her a look like, sure.
Because I am not one of them.
I'm not entirely sure you have a pulse.
She just holds out her wrist. You can check if you like.
Yeah, I'm not into necrophilia.
Go ahead and just touch the wrist.
She has a pulse.
Weber, I didn't know you spoke that way.
No. It's just that your heart rate seems exceptionally low for someone at rest. You might want to look into that.
I'm fine.
So, how much would I have to pay to get that fancy pauldron off of you?
You cannot... That is one of the things that we keep with our armor to signify that we are Rose Knights. It's not mine to give.
And if you were to, and put air quotes around this, lose it?
I would be given shit endlessly. No, you cannot have my rose pauldron.
But it's so pretty. I mean, the craftsmanship. The way it complements everything, gesture towards Aerith. And shiny.
You can't have it. It's mine, and it's technically... Huh?
Just don't read too much into that. Well, actually, this is Weber we're talking about.
I mean, it would make a perfect gift to give to my grandkids to give as proof that I met a Rose Knight.
I thought I agreed.
He is a souvenir whore.
I could give you something less of my armor if you like. Not pauldron though. It's like I said, it's technically not mine to give.
Tell you what, if there are any evil spiders, I will convince them not to harm us, and you can say they stole the pauldron.
I'm not giving you my pauldron, you ridiculous silly man.
Weber, you just don't give up, do you? This is great.
Well, I wouldn't have been made the Lord of the Council of Eight if I was impatient. But then again, that's neither here nor there.
You can't have it, but if we come across a replica, to which there are smaller replicas in some places, I'll buy you one. How's that?
It just wouldn't be the same, Aerith.
You can't... No, it's... I will agree, if you return to your family, I will visit with you. How does that sound? So that you have living proof, as it were.
Well, I would like that. You do make for pleasant traveling company. Mm, though some of my granddaughters might. There might be some misconceptions there.
Oh no, I will make it very clear. Although I must say, I know you said one of your quests was that you wish to find another wife. Although I must say, if you've ever read some of the history of our world, I'd suggest not doing so. Because stepmoms are never good.
Well, it's better than trying to marry another spider. I mean, I'd run a good chance of having my head eaten off after the honeymoon.
Well,
It might be worth it. Who knows?
what I'm saying is, how many stories in our history have to do with stepmoms that got jealous and tried to kill the kid?
Well, that's kind of why I like the insurance of it being a human. Because they're not going to be willing to stick around whenever they meet the family. Unless they're a genuinely good person and it's an actual real thing.
Oh my gosh, Weber.
I
What?
hope that you're not implying anything, dear
No,
Weber.
of course not.
Okay.
Besides, if you were interested, I would warn you off because I would not want to ruin your reputation.
I am not.
You know what? I can't handle this anymore. He goes and sits down at the bar. There's a barkeep. I need a Bloody Mary right now.
Lady follows. I thought you said it was too early for alcohol.
That was before Weber started talking about his romantic life.
Hey, well, at least he's backed off me.
Well, I mean, I can growl at him now. That's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Still, even then, it's not that I'm looking for another wife, just someone that I can truly share the journey with. Actually appreciate life with.
I could see that. Maybe you'll find someone. Someone who will appreciate you for you and not scoff at you as the previous one you said did?
Just kind of like casually look over at Lady and then look back at the drink and just go down the hatch.
I
Maybe
assume
it was just greedy of me, really, to expect to find a nice bit of happiness after all I've already been given.
I don't think that's greedy. I mean, wanting to spend your days with someone isn't greedy. I mean, if it's a person that isn't interested and you continue to pursue relentlessly, then yes. But,
For now, I've pretty much given up on that, but
well,
like I said last night, I have a couple hundred years left. At the very least.
well,
He
here's...
told me he was about to die. The son of a bitch.
Am I doing that thing where I'm not hearing their half of the conversation?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, because I'm not...
Oh. Right. Sometimes I forget not everything.
So, my family's going to kill me. I'm okay with that.
I mean, they don't even know me. They might like me. You never know.
No, my mom will take one look at you and decide that I am a disgrace.
Your mom doesn't seem like a very nice person.
She's not.
I mean, if you don't want to tell them, I'm not going to be, offended. In fact, I would understand.
I don't care what they think. After abandoning my sister, I don't give a fuck.
Well, okay then.
Well,
Oh, he's done. Oh, thank God he's done talking about it. All right, everybody, pack your bags. We're getting on the road. It's a beautiful day.
don't you have
After a
to
beautiful
wait
night.
for the thing?
What? No. What are you talking about?
That
Waiting.
enchanted spider thread, remember?
Oh, that. Kind of want that.
Yeah.
Hide. Oh, wait. What am I going to do? He starts
You
pacing.
already decided to give it to me, remember?
Yes.
He's
Yes, I
thinking
did.
about what to do while he waits. Well, I mean, we could see if... Is there any... You would know this area, I guess. You have the map, you said, right?
No, I don't have a map. I've told you many times I don't have a map.
Well, then how the... Ugh. No, I mean... Wouldn't you know about the ruins around here or something?
I know where they are.
Well, are they close? Maybe we can investigate well.
Out of play. I totally forgot that this was Ashfield or Ash
Ash Grove.
Grove tree forest thing. Yes. Come on, Weber. You get to go first. You can crawl the ceiling and avoid any pressure plates.
There's, that
So
story I told you about.
Oh, yes?
Weber, the one of the monstrous man.
Ah, yes.
His old mansion. That's the ruins.
Is there any shiny in there?
There should be. I didn't take anything. I just
Well, I'm
investigated.
sold. What did you find in your investigation, fair knight?
I didn't pry too far. I just made sure that nothing bad was going on.
If I didn't like walking so much, I'd say we should get horses.
Horses are nice. As she unhooks her horse from the post.
Oh, thanks for offering, he says and tries to take the reins from her hand.
I never said you could ride my horse.
Smack Bardol's hand with my new walking cane.
Plus she'd buck you off if you so much as tried.
Oh, Lord. Puff, that hurts. Fucking fairies.
You'll be fine.
Fairies.
Hey.
Don't try to steal the knight's horse, please.
I was gonna steal it. I was gonna borrow it. There's a difference.
And he grabs his hand. Oh, hush. Stop complaining.
You see, he goes from, like, getting himself worked up into, like, a proper rage to, like, simmering down very quickly as he just, like, he looks at her with a contented smile. That's what I was trying to say.
Hey, I found out what calms you down.
Gotta go! Come on, there's ruins to explore. Come on, lady.
I'm
Come
coming.
on, please.
I'm coming. Let's go.
The midnight won't let me ride her horse.
I know. Plus, she did say the horse would buck you off of it.
The horse could try.
Do not.
I've never ridden a horse, so probably not a good idea.
You've never ridden a horse before?
Horses don't like wolf folk.
That's true. So I would imagine you wouldn't get along with them.
I think they're pretty creatures. And they go fast.
You guys walk out of the town, and Aerith goes, it's about a half a day's travel from here.
That should be fine.
Yeah, by the time we get there, we would probably want to camp before we get back, and when we come back, your item should be done, and then we can head back onto our journey, as it were.
Hello, lady. He says, and he's like nearly gets whiplash, sings when I walk down the street.
The lady just smacks him in the arm.
What?
Keep your eyes on the road.
Oh, the road's not going anywhere. He says that he's just looking around.
What's that saying, Laney, about old dogs and new tricks? It's a human expression that I've only heard like twice.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Or sometimes, who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? It really just depends.
Well, that depends on which pattern you wish to walk.
No chasing skirts.
I'm not chasing, I'm just looking.
Yes, window shopping like you did for me in the last town.
You're welcome.
I'm still disconcerted whenever she asked if she could keep the silk after I mentioned that I might make something out of it.
Oh, God.
Yep, that's...
God.
We can stop that conversation.
It's like presses the heels of his hands deep into his eye sockets.
In any event, everyone will be blaming you for the potential creation of a new arachnophile.
Yeah.
Seriously,
No.
That is disturbing, Bardolph.
No. I refuse. Just like I didn't have anything to do with that village's magic well breaking down. I found it exploding, maybe. But I had nothing to do with the creation of anything else.
At you? Cocks her head.
He looks away. He does not mean it right. He won't do it.
You.
Oh no.
They did say a wolf folk was involved.
He's like, don't. Look, I've been blamed for this so many times. Let's not go there.
And the way you said that, it implied that you did.
No, I
Mr.
was taking no
Wolf.
responsibility for the creation of a new arachnophile.
I was talking about the well.
That one, I believe he said he blames that on Vivian, the one he's looking for.
Thanks a lot, Wilbur. So,
I'm not making any claim to the validity of that statement.
are
Just
we,
merely quoting
are
what
we
he said.
outside the city?
You are. You are outside the city.
Okay. His whole body is like whipcord tense, and he's ready to jump in. He's ready to be in fighting stance, like at any second.
I
Once
am not
we're
going to do anything, Bardolph. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay, good, because I've seen a lot of good wolf folk die for things that they didn't do. Oh,
But I do believe Weber when he said that your friend, was it?
yeah, she might have been involved.
I thought as much. Lady just gets an annoyed look when you mention her.
I didn't mention her. Hey, I did. Barnoff did not mention her.
Or when
Did not
she gets
mention her.
mentioned. When she gets mentioned.
Red, your jealousy is showing.
Sorry.
I can't.
If the rest of you don't mind, I'm going to slip into something more comfortable.
Ugh.
Shift into spider form.
Why do you ask if you're just gonna do it anyway?
Lady just turns around. Yep. Still not used to it.
Seriously, I don't understand how you humans do it. That form is so constricting at times.
What else like I know exactly how you feel. Exactly how you feel.
If you want to change into wolf form, we should be.
Can I?
Yeah. You don't have
You don't mind?
I don't care. You don't have to ask me permission.
You're not afraid of Big Bad Wolf?
No.
Whee! No, he just like shifts as he's walking into the forest.
And Aerith goes, I'd imagine she wouldn't have hopped into bed with you if she was. Lainey just gives her this pointed fucking, like, surprised the fuck look on her face.
Still sad that I lost that bet. It was a stupid loss.
I could tell there was something between the two of them when I first entered the group. It was fairly obvious.
He walks out looking like a dapper wolf man, because he's got clothes this size. And he rarely wears them, so they're still somewhat pressed.
Why is it that your clothes in this form look far better than the clothes in your human form?
Well, I wear the clothes of my human form more, he says, putting said clothes into Chester, and I've yet to remember to get them to a proper.
If we have some downtime,
seamstress, I guess.
If we have some downtime, I'll fix them.
It needs more than just sewing. It needs cleaning, and it needs pressing, and it needs ironing, and it needs starching, and it probably needs re-dyeing in a lot of places.
Ugh.
I'm almost tempted to bet that by the end of this week, Lainey will almost be a proper little housewife to Bardolph.
Fuck you!
I just realized whenever a wolf goes, that's a lot of teeth and a lot of huge tongue to accentuate that.
Yeah. Lady, she's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not literally, but figuratively, Weber. That was unkind. It was? Was that unkind?
It was
I don't have a house, Weber. What's wrong with you?
And I am no housewife.
Well, you're already offering to clean and sew and repair his clothes.
That's because I'm good
you
at it.
You made her a whole cloak.
That's because I wouldn't have been able to tolerate the incessant complaining about that heavy wool cloak.
It's so hot.
Should
Why?
do something with that.
Huh?
I still think we should do something with that.
I do have it still. What do you...
Yeah, I mean, other than using it as a blanket last night, but anyways.
It does make a good blanket, but no. All Reds, why do all Reds insist on having the cloak made of the same itchy, heavy, freaking material?
I believe you said it was tradition?
It is. That's why I could tell that that's what was in your pocket and it wasn't a handkerchief, but
I prefer to think of it as a little bit of times past.
yeah, you sniffing it's a little creepy though.
You know what? You don't understand how tracking by smell works.
Yeah. You guys
You
get
can forget a scent, and then you end up tracking strangers and growling at them in the middle of a public square.
yeah, that does happen.
See, if I would have refreshed my memory, we wouldn't be here right now. Why
Well,
would we?
I'm
Probably.
glad you didn't refresh your memory.
You'd help that you have like the same type of perfume.
Yeah.
How come knights don't wear perfume?
It's I don't know. I mean, most knights are men, and
Well, I mean, lady knights.
well, we don't wear it because you sweat entirely too much underneath the armor, and you would sweat the perfume off. And why bother? You're probably going to get covered in blood, and it's not going to matter later on.
Oh gosh,
And I suppose carrying that glass bottle would be a bit of an issue.
It would.
I mean, potions are made of sturdier stuff.
you guys.
I can definitely see the practical reason.
I understand how I could make it work.
And how is that?
Oil-based perfume applied to the collar area. Done.
No, the stain would probably get to be an issue.
Stain.
Not if you
concentrate.
Not if you make it properly.
Thank you, lady. See, she knows what she's talking about.
I
I've spent far too much time in investigating women's perfume in my life.
You know, I don't want to know.
The only experience I've had with human perfume is a minstrel throwing a bottle of it in my face.
Why?
Was it one of those, like giveaway things? It's like, you get a bottle of perfume, you get a bottle of everybody get perfume.
No. I was in my human form. I told her and her troop that once they kind of got used to my presence randomly in the middle of a forest when they were lost, that I was a spider. She freaked out and threw the ball in my face before I could even turn into a spider.
I mean,
so it almost sounds like you asked for it.
No. She was a worse arachnophobe than Lainey, actually.
I was about to say, at least I didn't throw something at you.
Well, we later became friends, oddly enough. Matter of fact, she's the one that taught me how to play the harp.
Are we there yet?
Yes, you guys get to a part of the forest that's darker, and a lot of the plants seem to be more dead.
Oh, I like this place. It has that right kind of feel of spooky Evil Dead.
Seems oddly cozy to me.
You would find that this...
Are you sure you're not an evil creature?
He's
I
not.
think Aerith would have been more willing to stab me if I was an evil creature.
I would have. I can tell these things.
Fine.
But it's cozy because it's out of the way. Humans won't bother you.
No, most humans don't come here because of the legends of the curses. I mean, the woman did keep the house for a while, but they rumored that there was a curse afoot and she left, and anyone who tried to move in here died mysteriously and tragically.
Really? How'd they die? Other than mysteriously. Like, specifically, how did they die?
Stabbings.
Well, anyone can stab.
And all of their blood was drained.
That takes significantly more skill.
And found in the basement.
Could potentially be a spider like myself, just wanting to keep the place to themselves.
It could be.
Just, out of play. Why? Why, Felicia? Why?
Because I remembered the story, and I remember her saying that the house was nearby.
It is the only fucking thing in this entire game that creeps me out worse than Weber. And Weber just
Yes.
creeps me out in a social way. Oh, fine. Fine.
Because I have to
Arnold,
abuse my
continue.
players sometimes.
Yes, you're abusing your players. Your characters are just fine.
But no, they say it has to do with the curse of Bluebeard. Because of the way the woman found his wives that disappeared.
Right.
I don't like this story. I really don't like this story. I'm okay with, like, clubbing somebody to death, poisoning an apple, strangling. I'm kind of okay with that. Evil witches, shape-shifting monsters. Yeah, that I'm okay with. Creepy serial killing ghosts. That's new for me.
Well, at the very least, I'm pretty sure you're fine. The only people that ever died were women.
So, why did a bunch of women try to move into this house?
Well, various women, various families. And it was always the women that died. Specifically the wives.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What time is it?
It's, afternoon.
Right. We're not fucking going in there at dark, guys. Just not
Wimps.
gonna happen.
You are all wimps, Weber says as he goes into the house in spider form.
Well,
We're not there yet. We have to camp first.
It's...
Right? Did I hear
Well,
that correctly?
no, I said it's, like, mid-afternoon.
Oh, I thought it took a day to get there. Okay.
No, I
No,
said it
half a
took
day.
half a day.
Right. Okay. Go ahead, Weber. You go first, buddy. Let me know.
Just
Uh.
wave a, yeah, right, with one of my hind legs.
All right.
So...
All right. Let's do this.
You're not chickening out on us, are you?
I ain't afraid of no ghost. He says and walks in there. He's like all puffed up full of himself. And
mean-
unfortunately for him, high on lunacy still.
Yep.
Probably
Weber
not
is-
the best idea.
Probably not.
Weber's just going to be a typical spider and just start crawling on the walls and ceiling, investigating the place.
Okay. Lainey's like, well, I mean, if you are scared, you're not the one that has to worry about getting dragged off to the basement.
Hey, there are no wives here. We're fine.
That's true. I avoided that completely. Ugh.
Are you getting judgmental on me?
I'm not getting judgmental. Why would I get judgmental?
Okay, maybe I just misunderstood.
No, Maybe I'll explain to you why I turned the prince down. Probably over lots of alcohol.
Maybe. So he's like sniffing around and looking.
And then as Weber climbs, I want both of you to make investigation checks.
8.
Okay.
I got an 8 as well.
Hey, Bardoff, the first thing that immediately hits your nose as soon as you walk into the place is that unmistakable metallic smell of blood.
There's blood on the air, and I smell it all around, he says, proceeding to kind of hum songs to himself.
Stupid
Sniff.
cobwebs.
There actually is
What does Weber find?
Surprisingly, there's no cobwebs.
Oh.
And this place, for as long as it's been abandoned?
It should.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like it's in that much of a disrepair at all.
Something doesn't seem right here. There should have been spiders at the very least living here.
Yeah, and like I said, for both of you notice this, that it's been abandoned for years. Maybe 20, 30 years. probably more, but it doesn't show. While the outside shows the wear, the inside doesn't.
I'm gonna go check the basement.
Okay.
If you hear me scream in terror, could one of you...
Run the other way. Got it.
Right, Bardolph will run. If one of you two would be so kind as to actually try and help.
I would help. Yeah, I'll help too, you big freaking chicken, as she elbows Bart off.
Thank you, Lady Aerith.
What?
You are by far the kindest member of this party.
Hey, I said I'd help too.
I think he's still.
Huh?
I think he's still sore, lady. Look for Shiny.
Are you moving to, like, it's a multi-floored house. It's a huge mansion. There's a basement, a top base level, and then a second floor.
I'm gonna go into the basement.
Okay.
We'll go into the basement.
You get to the basement, and the door is locked.
Not for long. Kick it down.
Hey, roll a strength check.
I'm gonna use a fate point and use feral strength.
Okay.
Do I have an actual strength skill?
No.
You're right. 14.
Damn. Like, you...
It was nat 10 plus 4.
Wait, did you roll a nat 10?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a double success.
Yeah. Roll your damage.
Damage against the door.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot that my melee has the +3 on it, right?
Yeah, but you don't double the +3.
Right. Like the deer. I forgot to even add that.
Okay.
Okay, so double, triple, so that's 12 plus 3 is 15.
Damn, you put a sizable hole in the wall. Roll a reflex check for me.
Wall? I thought it was
the
a door.
You put a sizable hole in this wooden door as you kick it with full force, putting a hole in it and basically breaking the lock. Roll a reflex check.
Fate point.
What are you used about most of them, haven't you?
Well, I had 4 because you gave me 1.
Yeah.
And now I'm at 0. 5.
Okay.
At least it isn't
A nat
a
1.
nat 1.
Is
Because that's what I rolled originally.
Those dice do not like you. That's funny that you rolled a nat 10 and then immediately rolled a nat 1.
And then a 5.
Yeah. You,
My first 5! Just kidding.
as you kick the door and swing it open, there's almost like this force that flings you backwards.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I have agility as a skill, so that's a 6.
Okay. You feel this force go to push you backwards, and you land from the kick and dig your heels into the ground.
Unmovable wolf monk.
And steady yourself.
Is it still pushing? Is it like a constant blast of push? Or...
No, it was just the one push as you kicked the door open.
That was weird. Did anybody else feel that?
Not from up here,
No.
Weber says from the ceiling.
Just me. Great.
Perhaps the door was magic.
Does it look like it was a magic door?
Well, if you'll open it
Roll
up, I'll go
Arcane.
investigate the other side.
Roll Arcana?
Mm-hmm, and you do have a skill for that.
I do?
Yeah, your red knowledge, because you said it has magic involved in it.
Ooh, yeah. What the ever-loving shit fuck. Okay. I guess that would be a 1 or something. So 9.
Okay, yeah. There was definitely some sort of enchantment on the door that you kicked.
Oh yeah, it was definitely magic. Good point. Let's go. Push it open.
As you push it open, that's where the smell of the metallic blood's coming from.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I can smell it.
It's flooded with blood.
I
You-
am very
you-
glad I can walk on the ceiling.
I'm not going in there. No thanks.
Yeah,
Nope. Uh-uh.
neither am I. Nope, I'm good. I don't want to wade through a floodwater of blood. That's not okay with that.
Right, while you squeamish humans can go along, I guess I will investigate this place.
I'm wolf folk, thank you very much, which is the subspecies of human.
I am
Well,
curious.
you're not being squeamish so much as agitated by your lunacy.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, I can't remember that. I'm gonna say right here, if you say they're shiny and you need help getting it out, I'll get my fever.
Roll a perception check, Bardolph. And you roll an investigation check.
Perception.
And you would have the plus for your wolf.
7.
Nat 10 on my investigation.
Hot damn. We'll start with the nat 10. You notice bodies floating in the blood, but you notice it's hard to see, but somehow your spider, love of shiny, sees a pile of shiny at the bottom of the pool in one spot.
Hmm.
Bardolph, you hear something creak behind you, and then immediately hear, "Fuck!"
Spin.
as Lainey
Ready attack.
is being dragged by some unknown force.
Dragged what down the stairs into the blood because she would be behind me. Yeah.
No, she's being dragged away,
Up the stairs.
away from you.
Oh fuck no. Um. It pours over character sheet, wishes I was a proper magic user, and I'm not. So I can't see what like is it has it grabbed her clothes? Is she just like bodily being dragged away?
It looks like she's being like dragged away by her, like physically dragged away. Looks like it's grabbed her, whatever it is.
Could I target it with a mystical technique?
It's possible. What are you wanting to target it with?
Technicolor dream.
No, I don't think that.
Oh, in that case, leap. I'm not gonna like use a key point to dash or anything unless I have to, but grab her. Don't let her go.
Okay. You feel her being tugged. Weber, help!
Dash across the ceiling to get to where the commotion is.
You watch as like Bardolph is playing tug of war with Lainey with some unknown force.
This is my red. You can't have it.
I am going to run along the ceiling, shift, and perform a dropping spin slash, hopefully,
Okay.
on whatever it is behind Lainey where I can see the tension.
Okay.
With
Man,
the magic
I
walking
would
cane.
I would so fate point that, but I don't have any.
I still have 4 in the bag.
Nice. Roll with a -3.
Don't nat one. Don't nat one.
Yeah,
don't
don't
nat
nat
one.
one.
Don't nat one.
That is a modified 6.
Oh, that was like that close. Wait,
Mhm.
would you have any pluses on that?
Yeah, my sword skill.
What is your sword skill?
My
2?
my blade skill is 2, yeah. So it's a net -1.
Never mind, I was confused. Yeah, you managed to, you're not sure what, but you gain purchase on something, and as you hit, you see a flicker of like some entity with a blue light that quickly disappears.
Just kind of
Roll your damage.
okay. That is a grand total of 4.
Okay. As you do that, Aerith runs up beside you and motions with her hands and says, "Show yourself, vile creature." And as some sort of wave comes out of her hands, and you watch as the creature has let go of Lainey and is this blue spectral, vile-looking man.
Like Bardolph has hold of Laney and he like in his wolf form he's like 7 feet tall. He's also stronger than average anyways. So he like pulls her up. He's like holding her defensively.
Okay,
Shall we, Aerith?
I want you all to roll initiative.
Cue James Bond music. Initiative.
That is a 10.
Eight.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad to be a player to only have to roll initiative one.
Yeah, it sucks when you're not a player and you have to roll initiative a bunch of times, but luckily there's not that many NPCs and monsters in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would be Weber. It would be your go first.
Yes. Alright, use the bonus action to get the buckler into my other hand, and I will attack.
Okay, roll to hit.
Okay.
And you don't have the minus. You have only a minus 1 because you can actually see him now.
Alright, that with the -1, that is a modified 10
That'll hit.
for 5 whole points of damage.
Like the first time when you sunk into him, you feel as if your blade doesn't do as much as you would hope it would. It doesn't quite feel as if it bites as hard as it should.
Good thing I splurged on the Magic Sword King.
Oh, that's right. It is magic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't quite as... because it's not the right kind of magic.
Alright, I will now thrust for the spirit's heart. Or at least where the heart should be.
Okay. Roll die.
Okay. That is a nat 10.
Roll your die and double it.
Do I double the +1 damage for the magic?
No. You just roll double your die damage.
Alright. In that case, it's 13 points of damage.
Hot damn. Hey. You, actually, that still wouldn't be that much. Okay. It's still, like, this is a hell of a hit, but it still isn't quite as oomphy as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Your go, Bardolph.
I don't like it. I don't like my options. Okay. Now can I target it with Technicolor Dream?
Yes, you don't know if it will cause it to sleep, but you do know that it will probably cause it damage.
Oh yeah, because it'd be like psychic damage or something. As a spirit, it doesn't have a body to go to sleep, but it's also a spirit, which means that you could make the argument that it's both someone's conscious mind and their unconscious mind. Well,
Yeah.
definitely their unconscious mind, I would think.
It'll
Okay,
probably
cool.
cause damage at the very least. And
Well,
you
I
even
don't-
think, knowing your magic, that it might cause full damage because of what kind of power because it is the ethereal damage.
Ghosts don't like astral magic.
Nope. You're fighting astral magic with astral magic.
Ooh, that's a good point. That is a good point. It's, astral projection. You basically are a ghost. Okay. Well, I don't actually roll for this. He rolls for this.
And it would be a -1
What now?
because your skill. It's 1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. I was like, where's this -1 come from? Yes, that's right.
Oh. You negated his, so yeah, it takes it looks as if it may have taken effect as your eyes just go green and you watch as there's just a green spark where the eyes should be for the ghost.
Okay, so Bardolph, as he finishes his technique, growls deeply, and he doesn't have to actually hold the technique.
Nope.
So he's gonna go for an attack.
Is he doing it with Lainey still in his arms, or is he setting her down?
No, he's gonna set her down.
Okay, -1. Did you roll another
9.
one? Oh, okay.
9.
Okay.
And that is 8 points of damage.
Okay. Like with Weber's, it doesn't feel like it's quite as potent as it should be.
Welcome to the nightmare.
You watch as the ghost just lets out this well and shrieking sound and goes, "You shouldn't have disobeyed me," and goes to attack you, Bardolph, and that'll hit.
Oh yeah, patient defense is an act. Crap.
Yep. Doing 7 points of damage.
Puff, are you trying to kill me? Jeez.
I'd roll your psychic damage. It's his turn. He takes it on his turn.
I don't think you ever told me how much. So
D4. D4 plus
really?
1.
Okay, just a minute. 3 points of damage.
Okay, that you watch as he just is like and grabs the side of his head or his ghostly head. That looks like it impacted full. And he lets out this screech. I want everyone to make a will check.
All right, that's an 8.
Okay.
6.
Okay. The two of you pass. It comes to Lainey's turn and she just stares wide-eyed and looks and doesn't move. Just like you would be able to hear this, Bardolph. Her heart rate just increases exponentially. She's has this look of frozen in fear.
Just like that time I decided to hunt a rabbit as a wolf, as a giant wolf man.
Yeah. And the Aerith goes and swipes at the ghostly figure and misses as her sword.
Come on!
What?
You call yourself a rose knight?
It's not easy to hit ghosts, you know. And she comes back for another swing and hits into it this time, but not quite doing as much damage as she would like. Okay, it's Weber's turn.
All right. Kind of wishing I had an acrobatics skill, but I guess I'll take another swing at it. Let's see. All told, that would be a modified 7
That'll hit.
for another 5 points of damage.
Nice.
And attack again.
Okay.
This time, I think I'm going to do a targeted strike.
Okay. Where are you going to hit?
I am going to go for the head.
Okay.
Which, that would be a net -2 for my roll, I think, now?
If it's if you're doing a targeted strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because I have 2, then, but his skill is like 3, which is -1, then another -1 for the targeting. So that is a modified 7.
That'll hit.
And does the target hit get any bonus damage?
Yeah. You would add a plus 3 damage.
Alright, in that case, it's a full whopping 8.
Hot damn.
I imagine Weber swipes at him, looks a little frustrated, and then just like perfect fencing stab straight through the ghost head.
Yeah,
Yep.
you watch as his form shifts and blinks a few times as you swipe at his head. You said 8 damage?
Yep.
Okay. And his form is looking ragged and he keeps blinking in and out.
Finish him, Bardolph!
Bardolph, that is your turn.
Flurry of blows.
Hot damn, okay.
That was not 10, so 13. So it's triple damage. They roll the damage. Of course, that is a whopping 1, 2, 3 plus 3 is 6 damage.
I hate when you get nats and you roll like the lowest you can fucking roll on damage.
Yeah, which is like pretty much always a 1. Okay, that was just one flurry of blows. Have another. Okay, there's a 12. So triple damage. Double damage. Okay, so actually that previous one was 5 points of damage.
Okay.
God
Really?
It was there was a 3 and a 3. Let's see, 10 and then 12. So that's tripled. No, I did have it right the first time. Fuck. 2 degrees of 6. No, because it's not a nat 10. That's why. So
Right, it's
this
not.
one's doubled. The last one was tripled.
Right.
Okay. I got all excited in my rules. I forgot my rules. Okay, so that's 6 plus 3 is 9.
You watch as are you going for a claw attack with your second one?
Um, it's a flurry of blows, so it's
So
just like
you're punching him to
he's
death.
just going to town. No, he's just going to town. Whatever. He's just comboing like crazy. That's what he's
How
doing. High, low,
how
low,
do you
high.
want to kill this ghost?
I want to sink my claws into his chest and rip him in half.
Oh, okay. You watch as you take this ghostly form and you just tear it in half as the forms blink and you hold this translucent, like grayish black fabric in your hand.
Snarl. What?
Well, that was.
Throw the nasty rags at the Rose Knight and go grab Lainey. Make sure she's okay.
She
Red.
seems to the fears washed over her face, off her face. Berto?
Yes.
Yeah, what were you saying?
He just like be like hunkers down and puts his forehead on hers and wraps her in a hug. He's like, I'm glad you're okay. You scared me there.
Yeah, I was a little scared myself. You know, nothing like ghosts trying to drag you off to possibly murder you. I'm glad you. What was it you said? My red? You can't have her?
Did I say that?
You did.
I might have said that.
Thank you for saving my ass.
I'm pretty sure they did most of the work.
Well, I mean, you made sure it didn't drag me off.
Oh yeah, mine. He says, and Jesus squeezes her tighter. He kind of like looks around, then lets her go.
She, like, Aerith just looks over at the cloth. Huh. Interesting. Could be useful for making something if we ever encounter more specters and spirits, perhaps.
Oh, is it ghost cloth?
It
Huh?
is.
Uh-huh. Shroud cloth? Yeah, okay. And he wraps it around his fists. Like fighting wraps.
Well, I could see that working if we encounter any more ghosts. It will probably cause greater damage to them.
Yeah. There's no more ghosts. Please, no be no.
I think you may have taken care of the ghost of the original owner of this home. Whether you've taken care of him for good is a matter I am not sure of.
I'll roll lore.
Okay.
I fail.
Okay.
It was a 4. Modded 4.
What were you trying to figure out?
If he would come back.
You have no clue.
In
You're
any
not
event,
entirely...
I don't. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
In any event, I don't know if it was illusion or not, but I did see bodies in the basement. I'll go and retrieve them, and that way we can take them back to town, so that way they can be taken care of. Properly, anyway.
As you go to head to the basement, the river of blood is gone.
Huh. Never mind, it was illusion. Suddenly the thought occurs to me. Gotta see if the shiny was an illusion.
You scuttle down into the basement and you find a pile of various coins and what looks like maybe jewelry and a odd key that looks as if it is bloodstained.
Bet it went to the door that I kicked in. Mm-hmm. doors. That's so.
I would imagine,
Obviously, building a door out of wood, they did not read the three little pigs.
I actually would imagine that that might be the key to the door. In the story, the wife had a key and she dropped it in the blood and she tried to wipe the stain off the key, but nothing she did seemed to remove it.
So you're telling me this is a valuable relic?
It would seem that way. And she just gives a pointed look at Bardolph. Weren't you the one that said you were looking for the relics? And archaeology was your forte?
Well, I mean, it's not really archaeology, but not been like over 150 years. This is technically loot. But I'm okay with that, he says, and starts scooping up coins.
This entire time, Weber's been putting stuff in his top hat.
Okay, between the pile of gold, there is in total 100 gold pieces.
Okay, split 4 ways, that's 25 each.
Yep. And the various jewelry in the pile, there is a gold bangle bracelet with delicate carving, it looks like, into it. There seems to be several wedding rings and wedding bands in there with the various gemstones embedded
Dibs
into
on the
them.
bangle.
Huh?
Dibs on the bangle. The bracelet.
What? Why might I ask? Laney says.
'Cause it's shiny.
You're almost as bad as he is, and she points to Weber.
Just slowly turn my head to face Laney and just hiss at the insult of my blatant greed. Just like,
Weber, what do you want?
Weber be nice.
I'm kind of sensitive about the greed. I can't help it.
You're the one who keeps saying
Yes.
you're greedy. So if anyone's pointing it out, it's you.
Yeah, but I don't like giving false pretense. I'll take the rings.
All of them?
Would you let me have all of them?
I don't.
No.
And there's actually a happy little twinkle in all of Weber's eyes just at the prospect of potentially having all of the rings.
As Bardolph, what was it?
No.
Spider Screed.
My rings.
Lunacy.
Get off! Leaps into combat and attempts to attack the giant spider. Not once.
Oh, fuck. As you leap, you head first beside him. Boys, calm.
Spit web into the open mouth of Bardolph.
If he's
It's
turned,
not
he's-
really open.
he's actually landed on his face, so he would have had to turn around.
In that case, while his head is still on the ground, web his head to the ground.
Max.
He started it.
Boys, that is enough. There is enough rings to split among all of us. There's enough for us.
Rips his head off the ground and is like, "It was my kill. I get first dibs."
You
There
already
is-
took the bangle.
There is enough to split between all of us.
Hmm.
There will be...
Can I at least have this nice, large, shiny one with the ruby?
Yes.
Whoever said yes, just hug.
It was Aerith, and she's like, "Ah, this is definitely new. Spider hug."
Thank you for letting me have this ring. It's so shiny and pretty.
Come on, don't... Ugh,
Don't.
don't attack
lie.
the spider.
Uh,
And you...
just look at Aerith. Do I really have to give the other rings away?
Yes. We split it evenly. There is one left over.
Fine, this is the second shiniest one. You can have it. And the second nicest, shiniest ring to Aerith.
And that would leave one left over. Since Bardolph's already taken the bangle, it would leave the three of us to figure it out. I personally don't have a need for it.
See, I knew taking Rose Knight. That would be great.
Laney goes, boulder parchment shears.
What?
Boulder parchment shears.
I don't even understand the words that came out of your mouth.
Wait, can spiders even play boulder parchment shears? Like, he probably...
Oh! No, he can't. He doesn't have fingers.
Oh, yes, I do. Shift into human. See? Just wiggle fingers in front of Bardolph's face.
Can I hustle at rock, paper, scissors?
Are you gonna play for me?
That depends on if the DM lets me hustle at this game or not.
It would be more of like a seeing the motions as he does it. And like
So
being... No.
I guess not. Okay,
No.
fine. Go ahead. Go ahead, play
Okay.
it.
1, 2, 3, rock.
Boulder.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're again. 1, 2, 3, shears. Okay. You
You
can't.
tied again. Shiny's on the line. Shiny's on the line.
1, 2, 3,
Yes.
parchment.
Dang it, you win. I went boulder. Laney's just gonna have to tug the ring out of Weber's fingers because he is willing to let go, just not that easily. Just kind of
Come on, Weber.
fine. He actually takes his other hand and pulls his fingers apart.
You
Sulk off up the stairs.
boys are ridiculous.
I lost the shiny.
I'm having a bit of a time.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Lainey walks over to him and puts her arm around, I would imagine, his waist because he's still in wolf form, so there's...
Well, I mean, just how tall is she again?
She's 5'6".
Well, she's tall, so I mean, it's like she's not gonna reach his shoulders, but
Yeah, she puts her arm around his waist. Calm down.
huff. This is stupid. I can't believe I got worked up about this.
I don't... You'll be fine. I'd imagine you get worked up about a lot of things when you're like this.
Yep.
This is the last day, right?
I can feel it kind of waning, but as it gets darker, it's gonna get harder.
Okay,
It won't be as bad as last night.
Yeah, last
Oh,
night
God.
you were a bit ridiculous. Last night was fun. Anyway.
I'll apologize. The bug. He jogs upstairs.
Okay, the two ladies follow suit.
I shouldn't have growled and tried to bite you.
Shiny's gone.
Weber.
I'm sorry, I tried to keep the shinies. Spiders don't get nice things.
It hurts. It physically hurts. But Bardolph is like, he knows he's being played, but he can't help it. He gives him the thing.
He gives what?
The bangle bracelet that may or may not be magic because we haven't found out yet, and also it's totally something Vivian would wear, and that was actually why he instinctively grabbed it.
Weber gets that sparkle back in his eye. I can have the shiny?
Why did you immediately leap for the bracelet in the first place?
It could be magic.
Okay.
Possibly magical shiny.
We can go get it looked at. I mean, he can go get it looked at since it's his now.
Thank you, Bardolph. Hug.
Pat is... I don't know what to pat.
He's human form right now.
Oh, that's right. Pat him on the back. Okay.
Thank you for the shiny.
Mm-hmm.
We should get out of here and set up camp, because I don't want to camp in a creepy old mansion that had a blood basement.
Are you sure you don't want to try out one of the beds?
I mean, let's get out of the mansion.
Okay.
Might be shinies upstairs.
I mean,
Turn back in the spider and scuttle off at top speed.
If you scream, I'll hear you.
Do you want to go check upstairs?
I mean, if we did come all this way to almost get hurt, killed, well, I got hurt. I'm gonna not. Nope. Mm-mm. Gonna stay down here.
Uh,
Oh, let's get her
how
back. Let's
bad
get her
did
back.
how bad did you get hurt? I can help. She places her hand on, like your arm. You heal 5 points of damage.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh,
Weber, we're coming.
oh,
Wrong
yes,
voice.
yes. Find the shinies, any and all.
He's better than a bloodhound.
Between the two of you, I don't know which one is worse.
I'm typically better than this.
Usually, I'm as much as I've bitched about you in your lunacy form. Yeah, I mean, good things came out of it.
Is that raw animal charisma? He says, sniffing around.
Okay,
As if he could sniff out gold. You
roll
can't.
roll investigation check.
All right.
Ha! Take that. I got a 4.
I got a 9.
Did you add your scent and hearing?
Well, no.
Add your
Because-
scent because there's something
Okay.
specific.
Well, if it smells or I could hear it, then in that case it's a 6.
Okay, there's something immediately hits your nose. Vivian.
He almost says red, but he just like goes real quiet. He like actually like shifts down onto all fours and starts like sneaking his way there.
Okay, that's ever so slightly unsettling.
Look back and just like,
Okay.
which, see, right now my mind's eye is pretty damn clear, and seeing a 7 foot tall, all black wolf man shush you is actually pretty unnerving.
Uh,
Especially from like the stalking position.
yeah. What did you roll again, Brent?
A 9.
Okay, you investigate one of the rooms and find a silver jewelry box.
Oh, what a fun!
Look around the room and pick up the silver jewelry box.
You
Open it.
it starts to play music as there's a ballerina with red shoes dancing.
Oh no!
Close it.
Sorry,
Gently
I'm
open it
muted.
again.
I'm
No,
muted. I'm
no.
muted. I'm sorry.
No, I got
First
the
of
same
all, I
thing.
absolutely love that you picked up on that.
Mhm. It was just like red shoes, red flag. Close.
No, I know why he went, oh no, and I didn't honestly expect either of you to get that. But as you sniff and walk towards, you go to one of the rooms, and there seems to be a door that looks as if it's splintered. And on the door is a piece of red cloak.
Pluck. Door splintered in or splintered out?
Splintered in.
Okay. He goes into detective mode. I want to roll insight.
Okay.
Oh, fuck my life. Got a 3.
Wow, you're rolling garbage.
A modified 3. Not including like any sensory bonuses I might get, but
Well, are you using the cloth?
am I using the what?
The cloth.
My claw.
No,
To pluck it out
the-
of the door?
No, are you using the piece of cloth to help with your insight?
Well, yeah, I mean he's playing detective. He's trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Roll use your plus sniffs.
Well, that's supposed to. It's
So
really not much better.
true.
5. Oh, I should make sense out of it. Just can't think. Ah! He slams his head into the wall.
Hey, don't do that.
Ugh.
Weber.
Scuttle in on the ceiling. Yes.
She was here, he says, holding up a piece of the cloak. Just missed.
Ooh.
He is now like searching the room. He's like throwing pillows and
I'm actually
and-
going to
stripping the bed.
Stalker, gonna give you a. Well, no, I wouldn't even have to call Stalker on this. You would actually. Your red knowledge would probably help you with this because you know her scent so well.
I don't really know what this is that you're talking about, so I
The
can't
the
even
cloth.
figure.
You know her scent
The
so
cloth.
well, you would be able to add your red knowledge, I think, because you know her scent so well.
Sure, that would put that previous roll up to a 6.
It's with you can tell it's been a few weeks since she's last here. Maybe
Okay.
maybe a month, not quite sure.
I would like to roll an investigation
Okay.
to see what I can figure out about this. This is an intriguing pattern, Weber says out loud. Let's see, that's a 9.
It looks like the door was busted because someone was thrown into it. Or potentially tried to be dragged through it.
Nice bit of violence here, I say, poking the door.
There is a bit of dried blood on the floor.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, actually, you would have seen the dried blood because it smells like her, too. It's her blood.
Like enough to be a wound or more like a scratch?
More like a scratch. A light wound at most.
Seems this Vivian of yours didn't fare perfectly against whatever threw her into this door.
It could have been the ghost that attacked her as well. Maybe
Yes.
it waited until she went upstairs. Perhaps she wasn't as bold as we were and immediately kicked down the door of the basement. Perhaps she went looking for the key.
In any event, whether she got thrown into this or very angrily dragged into it, I figured the ghost would be smarter than to try to drag someone through a door.
Are you gonna be okay, big guy? Hey, talk to me, okay? Growling
He
at...
he just looks at her with his wolf eyes, and he looks kind of sad.
We'll find her. Okay?
He looks away, goes and continues to ransack the room looking for something.
Okay.
I did not see much evidence of a magical fight. No scorch marks or anything.
I know. That's kind of what bothers me.
If you investigate around the into the room itself, you do actually see signs of like a scorch mark in the room itself.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what we're searching right now.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you guys see that and you see where like it looks like the bed has been feathers everywhere. Like the bed's been hit.
Perhaps the spirit knocked her towards the bed, and in the confrontation, magic caused the bed to explode somehow?
Nah. Let me guess. The fabric's ripped or cut.
Yes.
Tried to murder her on the bed. Missed. She rolled out of the way.
And then
Threw
her
some
magic
fire
hit over
magic
there.
here and there. She fled through the door, and as usual, that ridiculous red cloak of hers gets snagged. She never repairs it because that would defeat the purpose. But anyways, 2 weeks to a month ago.
That would
At
actually...
least we're not losing time.
That would make sense as to when I saw her last.
My question is, why are there no further signs of pursuit? The hallway was almost completely clean.
I'm thinking this ghost might be the kind of ghost that, like, comes back.
It's very possible.
If she vaporized him.
Or she
Well,
ran.
actually,
Or she ran because she didn't think she could
this
handle
is
it.
Vivian we're talking about. She wouldn't just run from a ghost. Unless she was, I don't know, doesn't make any sense.
Because if you kill the ghost and it drains the floor, you think she would have taken the loot.
It was locked.
True.
She wouldn't know that the floor would have been drained.
That's a good point. She wouldn't have even known that the floor was there.
Most likely.
Though if she did manage to destroy the ghost, why did she not investigate the basement and take the key as we did?
Because it was locked and the key itself was in the basement. And maybe she realized, if she is a magic user, maybe she realized the door was magic and she couldn't figure it out.
Because she didn't have her big bad wolf to huff and puff and blow the door down. Gosh! He proceeds to, like, kick the bedpost and try to snap it off.
This
He picks it
pattern
up and
isn't
starts
making any sense.
gnawing on it.
Right, that's... You're gnawing on a stick.
He
Did you
spits the
expect that?
splinters out.
Huh?
He spits the splinters out because wolves could, like...
Yeah. What were you saying,
Like,
Brent?
something about the pattern?
Well, this particular scene makes sense looking at Bardolph, though I didn't think Lucy would drive you this far. But overall, this pattern, her behavior, the outcome of this, it's not making sense. It goes one way, then it just goes off on a completely different angle than it should.
Well, it also could be that we don't have all the puzzle pieces.
I know, and that's...
We don't know which way she was walking. We don't know how much more she explored. We don't know if she found whatever it was she was looking for. Though, why the hell she'd be looking for anything here?
I don't know. Maybe she thought it had something important. Maybe she was looking for the key.
I'm a simple creature. I'm satisfied with gold. She has to find something magic. So if she fought the ghost and won, that she could continue exploring. If she fought the ghost only enough to escape, he walks out and starts looking for signs of like if there's like a rug, like a runner down the floor, see if there's like signs that it's been like kicked to the side as someone was like running away. And if not, he must assume that she walked out of there as swanky and confident as he remembers.
Yep, it doesn't look like there's much of a scuffle outside of it.
Okay. So he wanders around the rest of the hallways looking for more signs of stuff.
Roll investigation.
This is at 10.
Hell. Okay. You can still smell her scent lingering through the hallways.
God bless the lunacy.
Yeah, because of, the lunacy. And you can also hear the footsteps behind you with all of that. And, you see, as you walk through one of the doors, one of the rooms you walk into, it looks like it would have been the main bedchamber. It looks tossed.
Posh?
Tossed.
Well, maybe she didn't take all the shiny. I'm a toss it myself.
Okay. You find, as you look into one of the vanity areas, there seems to be a bunch of dust, and there is a spot where something has been taken from the dust. You can tell where there was something that isn't there anymore.
Like jewelry box size, square in shape.
Yeah.
Probably jewelry box.
Square in shape. You don't know if it was a jewelry box or if it was... but it was some sort of box.
Well, let's look and see what isn't missing. Is there makeup and perfume? And combs and brushes?
Yes.
Then it was a jewelry box. That's his story and he's sticking to it.
Okay. And there's what looks to be like a jade comb as well.
Ooh, pretty. Dang it.
Anything interesting?
The barely valuable comb. She took whatever it was that she was after from right here.
Is it the spot that I picked up the music box?
It isn't. This is a different room.
I found a music box.
Oh, can I see?
Sure.
I'll give it back.
You promise?
Promise.
I'll make sure he gives it back.
Pull it out of the
I'm not sure what makes me more angry. Weber asking for my promise or you deciding to broker it.
Oh, hush you.
I'm not sure if I trust this music box.
Why is that? He says, and he flips it open.
It's the silver music box. As you flip open, you see the ballerina with the red shoes.
His eyes get big and his pupils narrow, and he just like he.
The song is really pretty. It's this beautiful melody that you quite haven't heard before.
So he's like transfixed. If you want, if you're gonna call lunacy, then he'll be like completely transfixed and unable to close it. But otherwise,
Yeah, I'm
he's gonna
gonna
be like,
call
"Oh,
it.
that's cool. Oh, okay, I'll take it. I'll just suffer the consequence."
Hey, hey, hey. She rubs her hand in front of his eyes.
See? It's a
Oh,
strange shiny.
Uh, the rose.
reminds me.
Aerith looks at the box. A dancer with red shoes. I can't tell if that's supposed to be funny or disturbing.
Huh?
Oh, have you not
Why?
heard the tale of the red shoes, the red dancing shoes?
I, two things come to mind.
And
It's still playing as he looks at it. This one reminds me of my training on the Emerald Path.
you should probably close it, Weber?
Gently push it closed and take it back. Strange shiny.
The dance.
Okay, let me ask a couple of questions.
Yeah.
One, does it look like it's made here? Like by Page? Like it could be made by Page Craftsman.
It does.
Okay.
Um,
Two. Were the shoes just like red, or were they like glittering red, like perhaps ruby?
no, they were they were not ruby red. They were like red ballet flats that were just
Well,
they did
well,
have a
yes,
bit of
I
a
knew they were ballet flats.
they did have a bit of a shininess to them, but not like they were ruby. There was almost a magicness to them, but they weren't ruby. And she goes, "No, the tale of the red dancing shoes. Neither of you heard of it."
Ah, I know that whenever they caught Snow White's fairy cursed stepmother, that they heated some iron shoes to red hot and made her dance at Snow White's wedding.
That is true, but no, these shoes. There was a poor girl who was taken in by a kind old woman, and she was an ungrateful young girl, and instead of taking care of the old woman, she snuck out to go dancing in these red shoes, and it's said that she danced and could not stop moving, and walked and danced until she could barely move, and she found the house of a woodsman, and she begged him to cut off her feet so she would stop, and he did so, and the shoes with her feet in them still continued to walk.
That story I haven't heard in.
I think I've heard that one a long time ago too. Yeah, okay.
I heard that 70 years ago from my sorceress friend.
A friend, huh?
Yes, she was a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Was she like Bardolph's friend?
No,
Uh,
just whatever actually shudders. A good
yeah,
friend, but
we don't need to get into that.
yeah, please don't remind me of her. She was a good friend and all, but I just have to think of her as the friends we were years down the road. Just years down the road, whatever, years down the road.
Right. Should we get out of here,
Yes. Yes.
Bardolph?
Fine. On the way out, though, he slams his claws into the the wood paneling of the wall and just drags them to the door frame.
What is that for?
Eh, well, Partially it's venting frustration, and partially it's me saying I was here.
Okay, she comes back.
In case anybody wants to know who kicked down the door.
Right.
He drops his head. He's like, okay, fine. Yes, you're right. In case she comes back. I, I wanted to know that I'm looking for her. Because if she gets that close, and she's smarter than she is arrogant, she'll run.
You don't want to kill her, do you?
It is complicated.
She just kind of looks away. Yeah, I understand.
She left me for dead. I've
I
got to at least know why.
I know. We'll find her.
It's getting dark. I don't want to be in this house anymore.
Okay, let's go. Let's get out of at least
He
the
scoops
creepy.
her up and like runs down the stairs and out into the light of the previously full moon.
Yes. As you guys
It's still there.
as you guys walk out of the creepy dead area of the forest, because I'm assuming you're not camping near the mansion.
Maybe not.
You guys walk.
Arnold gives no shits because he's not sleeping.
He's not sleeping again? Okay.
Well, I mean, he could, but he's kind of like, he's just so relieved that the moon is still there.
Okay. If he doesn't sleep, all of your stats will have a -1.
He's not gonna sleep unless Laney suggests that he sleep.
Okay. You guys get a little bit away from the mansion and set up your camping area. So, who's going to take watch?
Bardolph is like, I'm gonna go. I can watch.
I'll take watch with you, I guess.
He gets fixated on something out into the darkness. They probably can't see it, but it's like a raccoon just waddling off. He's just like,
no,
watching.
I don't think you taking watch is the best of ideas because you're going to get distracted by absolutely everything.
Huh?
At this point, Weber is just going to start putting webs around the campsite. So that way he can have a nice observation field.
Can we just move on? Can we just go into town? Come on. Come on. The moon's only going to be like mostly full for like till tomorrow.
You want to travel through the night.
We should celebrate. There's a town. The town has drink.
Is he in human form?
No.
Hey, no. Come here. We can't travel through the night. It's dangerous, and I'm exhausted.
He looks a little bit put out, but it's just like fine.
Plus, I could find other things to entertain you. She just gives a big grin.
Like magic tricks?
Don't even think about it, Lainey.
What?
The vibrations will carry to my thread, and I will hear everything.
Oh. Shut up, Bardolph.
Chester, tent. He said something, tent. He crawls in it. Being 7 feet tall, that means his feet are sticking out the bottom.
Are you gonna sleep in that form? You kind of look like a nerd.
I like this form.
I'd imagine the fur would be more cuddly anyway.
He bathes regularly, so it would be pretty soft. Not like you would skin him to have like the trim of your robes with it soft, but like not bristly.
So I suppose that's me and you again, Weber.
Yes. Once again, I'll find myself a nice, comfortable spot to sleep.
Let the two lovebirds have their moment. Don't growl at me. Would I be lying? Oh, he's asleep. That didn't take long. Yeah, he tends to go to sleep very quickly.
It's all that energy he burns.
Weber's going to pull out his harp and start practicing the melody from that music box.
Weber,
does Bardolph hear that?
Roll a perception with a minus 2.
I think that was an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an 8.
Yeah, he would, his ears would perk up in his sleep. Hey, what? Lainey's cuddling him. What?
He really wants to go outside and make the music stop,
Hey,
but he just lays there anyways.
I was almost asleep.
So Bartolf just can't go back to sleep. The, his mind is too full of things, all of them unpleasant. So he
Oh.
just lays there and holds Lainey, and his ears twitch at every little thing.
Roll, one of you roll a d6.
All right, I will roll it. That is a 3.
Okay. Roll a perception.
Bartolf gets no sleep. Yay! All stats degrade by 1.
Yep. Roll a perception check for me, and since Bardolph's awake, roll one as well with hearing.
Mine is a modified 11.
What do?
Nice. You feel it, the of your webs being pulled, and you hear the footsteps of what appears to be some sort of medium-ish creature.
Sneak
I'm
out of
going
the
to
tent.
activate my trait with a fate point, surprisingly stealthy,
Okay.
and stealth my way over.
As you get into the tent, or out of the tent, you guys see what looks to be a fox.
A fox?
Yeah.
Pounce on it from above with stealth,
Ah, they're foxes.
just to grapple it.
Okay. Roll.
But that's
Okay.
not medium-ish, is it? Is that what you meant by medium-ish?
Yeah. Like, I didn't
Oh,
mean
okay.
like if it was a larger, it would have been like a bear.
Okay, because like whenever I hear people say like sizes,
You're
I
thinking
immediately
like
think like
the,
D&D size categories, like
yeah.
medium is human.
Yeah, that's what I was, when I said that, I'm like, I hope they don't think I mean like medium as in like D&D size.
No. Well, that's what I thought.
Well, for my stealth check, that is a 13.
Okay.
And for the pounce, that is 7.
Okay. You have successfully pinned the fox to the ground.
I am going-
React, Weber.
I'm not really going to say anything. I'm just going to interrogate the fox by scaring it into terror. And if it's like a magical fox, it will use its magic and run away, or it will start whimpering and yapping to be let go.
Okay. You watch as this fox somehow sprouts multiple tails, like almost like talons, kind of try to latch onto your leg.
From the tails?
Yeah.
Damn it, fox!
Web it to the ground.
It will hit you.
Okay.
2 points of damage.
All right. Step away from it. Web it again.
Okay, it rolls a strength check. It will not succeed.
Okay,
Okay.
I will.
What do you,
Try it.
Bardolph, do you want to do anything?
It's a demon fox. What do I do? I'm a monk. This is so hard. You have no idea. Could I try to like knock it unconscious? Just like walk up and just like punch it in the head.
Yeah.
Okay. That is an 8.
Okay, that'll hit.
Doing 9 points of non-lethal damage.
Do you want to hit it again?
Is it still awake?
Yes.
Then yes. That was a 5. I did not hit.
Okay.
Quit moving!
You hears it yips, and it tries to go after you, but doesn't. You dodge out of its way.
I'm going to
What
try
the fuck is this thing?
I don't know. Can you talk? I say, looking at the fox.
Actually, you have beast speak, don't you?
Me?
Yeah, that's one of your
think,
languages
actually.
that you have.
Yeah. yeah. I mean,
Me
if I would have remembered that,
go.
I wouldn't have punched it in the face. I don't have it written down, but then again, this is a recreated character sheet. I
Let,
do believe, yeah, because yeah, he speaks dragon, I speak animal,
mm-hmm.
I speak
Let
forest.
me go.
So can I have not punched him in the face?
You.
Can we retcon that? Because if I could have talked to him, I would.
Yeah.
No,
So
well, it kind of seems perfect for the lunacy reaction and just kind of startled awake
That's
reaction.
fair.
yeah, the gut.
That's fair.
Yeah, gut reaction, and you're like, oh wait, I can talk to you. Let me go.
Calm down, calm down. The
You
hell are
hit
you?
me.
You scared me.
Let me go. I just wanted food. It smelled good.
Go over to the fire and grab some scraps, set it down, in like in a bowl. Then be like nod at it to Weber. What the hell are you?
I'm a fox.
No fox has multiple talony tails.
Okay, I'm a magic fox. I'm a kitsune. Let me go.
What's it want, Bardolph?
It says it's a cat suit. Hey, and it wants food. Hence the bowl of scraps.
Can you get
Don't.
me out of this? I don't want to be spider food.
He's not gonna eat you. It's right. You're not gonna eat him, right?
No, so long as it agrees not to try to cause any problems.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Ask it
fuck
if
with
it tell
us.
me if it promises me to not cause any trouble, I will let it out of the webs.
Translate.
Fine. Just let me go.
So what's a cat soupy?
Katsune.
What's a cat suit? Hey.
It's a magic fox. I have 9 tails and
Just push the bowl of food closer to it since it's now free.
it rapidly eats the food.
Oh, I like foxes. He says just I guess to the fox.
Well, I mean, I like wolves when they don't punch me in the face.
Have you noticed what time of the month it is, kid?
He looks up at the moon. Oh, you go crazy.
Alright, you have fun talking with the malicious little fox. I'm gonna go get some sleep.
I don't think it's malicious. I think it's just hungry.
Thank you for the food. I'll leave you alone.
I mean, you could stay here. I could always use another sane animal to talk to. Just sticking around with nothing but humans and giant spiders makes you go a little crazy. But if you want to leave, by all means,
Well,
you are free to go.
I could stay for the night. The
Stay
fire's
for the night.
nice.
Yeah, curl up, have fun. I'm gonna go curl up too, next to this thing that you know sets me on fire. He goes and cuddles the lady.
What happened?
There's a fox. There's a fox.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Whenever it comes
he
time to
can go
wake
to
up
sleep.
Aerith for her watch.
What were you gonna say first, Zach?
He can go to sleep.
Okay. What were you? Now, what were you saying?
Wake up the
Wake up
rose
Aerith
knight.
for her watch.
Okay. She wakes up. My watch then.
Yep.
What
Apparently
is
there's
that?
a magical fox apparently. Bardolph talked to it.
Right.
Doesn't speak common though.
Magic fox. That's interesting.
Have tempted to suspend the little booger from my web for waking me up.
I mean, if he's sleeping in camp, he can't be too bad.
Mm-hmm. Foxes are tricky things. Protect your shinies.
Right. Get some sleep.
Alright. Dart up the nearby tree and proceed to go to sleep.
Morning comes without much disturbance. Bardolph, you wake up and there's something interesting in your tent that wasn't there before.
Do I want to know?
No, it's nothing bad.
Okay.
It's this odd necklace
Huh?
that has an looks like an amethyst pendant.
Is it, well, I mean, what, okay, cool. Is it, just, is there any kind of specific design to it?
It's just
That,
like this raw chunk of amethyst that's held there with like bits of metal.
huh, that's pretty, he thinks. And it, well, my vest is purple. Ah, it matches. He puts it on.
Okay. You feel a little more springy.
Well, he's getting out of the tent anyways, and he stretches.
Oh, morning.
Yeah, morning. He decides he's gonna go for a jog.
The necklace gives you a -1 to be hit. However, when you're hit, it goes away.
Uh, okay,
And the
cool.
fox is not in the campsite anymore.
Okay. +1 till hit per long rest? Per
Yes,
short rest?
long rest.
Per long rest. Okay. Damn. Okay. That's pretty cool.
The fox was, returning the favor.
Yeah, we should totally feed stray magic foxes more often.
You come to consciousness, Weber, as well. And the little fox isn't there anymore.
Immediately check my bag of holding to see if any shinies are missing.
No shinies are missing.
Breathe a sigh of relief, and till everyone's picked up camp, just continue practicing that melody from the music box on my harp.
Would you stop that, please?
Hmm?
Would the lunacy still be in effect? Yeah.
No, he's just cranky.
Oh.
He's now free of the lunacy because it's been
Yeah.
the day before, day of, and day after. This is the day after that, so he's like, would you stop that, please?
Sorry.
Do not like it.
I do not like. I do not like it. It reminds me of the story. I do not like the story.
Yeah, the story is a bit disturbing. How do you feel? It's after the
Hungover.
um
To be completely honest, I'm pretty drained.
well, I'd imagine you were really, really
He's in human form now,
hyperactive.
by the way.
Huh?
He's in human form now, by the way.
You were really hyperactive. She just hugs him. You
She
okay?
does what?
She hugs him. So
He
you're
hugs
okay?
her back. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You
I don't know. You miss it, you know. It's just.
not gonna take anything back?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Of course not. I just can't believe that I fucking let myself do that.
Yeah, neither can I.
Oh.
So, I take it you were using your better judgment the whole time I was in the group? Same as
Yep.
me?
Pretty much trying to make you think that I didn't like you so that you would, just stay far enough away that there would be no danger.
Yeah, I tried.
But then, somebody had to keep me from, you know,
Doing.
burning the tavern down.
Yeah, and you asked me. You did.
Weber's idea would have been to web me up completely, so I didn't really have any options. But it turned out okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm glad I threw my better judgment aside. My reasoning for not going for it was I didn't think you would want more. You said it yourself. You were averse to commitment.
I am averse to getting left for dead by the people that I love.
Well, I will never leave you for dead.
Well, then I think we'll be just fine.
Right, should we pack up camp and head into town? Your equipment should be ready by now.
It probably should. As I walk down from the tree, shifting into human form, just hand Aerith that music box.
Are you giving it to me, or...
It's yours.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
I found the
It's,
melody more valuable than the silver and shininess of it.
I'll take the silver and shines of it. You know what I mean?
You,
Let it
sir,
go.
have no appreciation for music.
Let it go. Let it go, Bardolph, he says, talking to himself. Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
I
I'd
am a loot
imagine.
whore.
Huh?
I, I guess I should have told you this sooner, Lainey, but
Yeah.
I'm a loot whore. I went to Loot Whores Anonymous. I've been through the 12 steps, but I just keep relapsing.
She just laughs. I mean, there's worse things to be. And you'll stop the other whoring, I'm assuming.
I
Unless you
don't know.
want me to cut off various parts of you.
Just offer Lainey the walking sword cane.
Bardolph's face is like, he just like puckers out his bottom lips and tries to look pathetic.
Oh, stop that. She kisses him. You're.
Big smile, wolfish grin,
Eh.
camphor struck, and off they go. I've got to call it a night, so let's go ahead and do our round robin if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for arming her, by the way. That's a great idea. Yes, arm the potentially angry woman. Thank you.
I mean, she already had a sword on her belt, so it wouldn't have mattered very much. So, what did you guys think?
That was creepy as fuck, and I didn't like it. That was pretty creepy. I didn't know. Thanks. Mm-mm.
Well, I
Nope.
did my job if I creeped you out as a player.
I felt oddly at home in that setting.
I don't know if that says a lot about you or what, but okay.
Well, it fit the character.
Yeah.
And the fact that just immediately, like, walking on the walls and ceilings, just, it felt so perfect for Weber.
It was about time we were kind of inside-ish, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it struck me as, like, I remember her saying specifically when she was telling the story that, you know, the mansion was nearby, and I was like, that'd probably be the ruins. That
It makes sense.
Yeah, when I thought ruins, I thought Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Not
nah.
gonna lie.
No, I understand. So, that was an interesting opening scene, or like the second scene, I guess.
I'm so glad he's sane.
Yeah, because I'd imagine you're like, finally, normalcy for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Took me a second to dial back down the crazy, but
Yeah, I
I
could
think I
tell.
got it.
So, you know, it took a couple, like, what, 4, 5, 6 games, but I'm pretty sure everyone called Laney and Bardolph from the get-go.
Pretty much.
From the get-go, Bardolph was just like trying to ignore just Lainey in general. Like, yeah, I'll walk you home, and we'll talk and stuff, but like he was very firmly like planting a wall in his mind. It's like, okay, this is a civilian. You
Except
take
for
them
the
home.
fact that he was hitting on her.
Dude, that's just his nature.
True.
He hits on everything with a pulse.
That is true. He did even hit on the Rose Knight.
See, I don't even remember that because that's just how he is.
But yeah,
God, he's sane. He's finally sane.
I will say I did enjoy the whole camp scene with, like, and the fact that she's trying to talk to him, and he's like, nope, damn it, you're making this really difficult to talk to you.
She got her talk again, I think.
Yeah.
He just wasn't gonna be having any lies and bullshit.
Oh no. I mean, she was honest
Which was
with
the
what
best part. He was even like, "Shut up," because he's like, "You're lying. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you lying to me."
She was honest with what she said, though. Like, because she was like, yeah, I'll let you know. I'm interested in you. But here's why this isn't happening.
No, yeah, but that was after he called her out on her.
Oh yeah, that was after he called her out on her bullshit. But yeah, that was and then Aerith and Weber becoming even closer friends as he tries to steal her armor. But what did you guys think of the ghost and the ghost combat?
It was intense.
Mm-hmm. It felt
I
really
was
solid.
I was waiting for something much worse to happen, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I was expecting the corpses in the basement to jump up, in all honesty.
I'm so glad the corpses weren't even there. I was
Mhm.
so glad that they weren't even real corpses.
But yeah, I expected the corpses to come into play, and I just kept waiting and waiting, and then we killed the ghost, and hey, Bartle finally killed something.
Yeah, I noticed that, huh?
Yeah, you finally did. No, it was pretty beefy. Like, it was pretty close to dead anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it got around to your round, and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna kill this.
Mm-hmm.
When you're like, flurry of blows, I'm like, he's definitely gonna kill this. Yeah.
I'm almost disappointed the corpses didn't come into play.
I'm not. I'm relieved.
I know. I bet you're like, oh goodness. So, you as a player don't like creepy mansions with terrible stories attached to it. Duly noted.
There's never one for haunted houses, to tell you the truth. I'm actually that guy that whenever you actually successfully scare me, I try to fight my way out of the situation.
Oh,
And that's why I never went into haunted houses, because I would have to mow my way through like 12 innocent workers to get out of there.
I love that creepy atmosphere, though.
I didn't like it. I vote that we not do that till Halloween. That's when it's acceptable. We'll have a Halloween special,
You do
and it
realize
can,
we're going to Maleficent's castle,
yes, it's a castle.
a castle that was once inhabited by an evil creature.
by a dark fairy.
Fairy, a fairy. It's it had nothing to be afraid of a fairy.
A dark fairy who put an entire kingdom to sleep and surrounded the castle with thorns and thistles and was turned into a dragon.
Yes, so pretty much what like a eighth level druid could do. Got it.
No, you're looking at like 20th level druid to turn into a
Okay,
dragon.
okay, with the exception of that. But anyways, she's a
Or just
fairy.
Liu
She's
Kang.
emo fairy.
But
Not worried about it. Castles, I understand.
yeah,
Castles, are built for a specific purpose.
what did you
Mansions are
guys
built for a different purpose, and then when you
Did I
subvert
hear
that
you right?
purpose,
Did you say Ebo Fairy?
yes,
yes.
it is.
Since when did we start playing a Twilight-based game?
Oh. No, never. What did you guys think of the fox?
The fox was a really minor thing, but I liked it.
Oh, good.
I also like how Bartles cannot say Kitsune.
Yeah, that is pretty great. He was like, Quetzalcoatl?
Katsute? What?
That was pretty great. Trying to think of what else there was. I definitely, like, I know you're glad that his lunacy's over with, but I still fucking amazing.
Well, you can trigger it for fate
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, I can. I
Just like I'll take into account, the time of day and the phase of the moon. So if you anytime you trigger his lunacy, his feral side will become more active.
yeah.
But if it's noon, it's going to be a lot weaker than if it's
Yeah.
midnight, and then if it's new moon, it's going to be a lot weaker than if it's almost
Yeah.
full moon.
I finally remembered to start triggering your guys's
Oh, that was so great! You triggered our flaws against us. Oh,
Yep.
I thought it was going to come to blows. I'm
I
so glad I nat one. Oh, but
Yeah,
I was ready for it. And I was like, oh, Weber is going
I
down.
thought it was great because I'm like, okay, he's in throes of lunacy, and he's
Being
greed over.
unreasonable.
Yeah, and then this one's being greedy. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, if Bardolph had spun around and snarled, that's the reason why I said I was targeting the open mouth of Bardolph. Just spit the web in there, get him to start suffocating on the web, then just wait him out as he suffocates.
Oh,
That's not exactly how A, spider web works, or B, snarling works, but okay.
yeah, yeah, I liked that. That was funny, and like how he was being like extra greedy about things. He's like my shinies, and I also loved like when the ghost took Lainey because I rolled for it to see whether it would take her or Aerith, and I rolled for her because it could have been it took Aerith or tried to take Aerith.
But then plate mail and then it's
Yeah,
heavy. It's not really. She's not even that pretty. It's not worth it.
ouch.
I'm just throwing shit out there. I
Yeah,
have no idea.
yeah, no. And then like Lainey got taken, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting. And he immediately grabbed her and was like, mine. I was not expecting him to. That was something I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting him to be like, yeah, relationship. I was expecting him to be like, yeah, no. I really was. I was expecting him to be like, yeah, that this is just a one-time thing, and she'd be like, yeah, I really fucked up.
um. Well, I mean, he thoroughly explained himself, so I don't really feel the need to add anything else.
Yeah, well, he did, but beforehand it was, and the fact that she was droning on about how I know this isn't gonna be a thing, and he's looking at like, are you dumb? How do you not know that this isn't gonna? Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? That's a good one. I want a T-shirt that says that, and a sarcastic looking Wolfman on it.
Are you dumb? And sarcastic. Yep, that's merch. We need to make it. But yeah, this was a really great game. I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, I did. I look forward to playing it again.
Same.
I haven't complained about how sore I am on the stream yet, so that's good.
Other than right now, so that's.
Well, guys, outro? Anybody?
Yep, I'll do it. So, that is our game for tonight. We hope to see you back again